with us as we get going here, ready to go for quarterfinal action in the South Dakota State Tournament for boys soccer. Both these teams obviously were very highly seeded in the 16-team playoffs, 4 seed versus 5 seed. The Jefferson Cavaliers are 4th with the Bucks being 5th. The winner of this one will take on either Aberdeen Central or Sioux Falls Lincoln, depending on the result of their game. That is the 1-8 matchup also scheduled for today. We'll keep a close eye on that one as well as the other matchups around Class AA. There'd be 4 matchups total. So the 2 we're watching are this one between Yankton and Lincoln, and of course Aberdeen between Yankton and Jefferson, excuse me. And then the other one is between Aberdeen and Lincoln. I'm Brayden Butler here on the Hy-Vee pregame show. Hy-Vee with a helpful smile in every aisle. We are live from the Fairfield Inn broadcast booth. Yankton's newest and nicest hotel is open and located at 21st and Broadway. We're going to take our first break here on the pregame show. When we return, we will have your Action Rewind, take a look back at where both these teams have been to come to this point in the season, and much more. KYNT Plus as well as KYNTV. I'm Brayden Butler. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
Hy-Vee makes grocery shopping easy with Hy-Vee Aisles Online. Just order online, schedule a pickup or delivery time, then leave the shopping to us. Download the Hy-Vee app or go to HyVeeAislesOnline.com. It's easy to create and save grocery lists, shop the sales, and get fuel savers. Plus, with Hy-Vee Aisles Online, pickup is free on orders over $24.95, and delivery is free with the Hy-Vee Plus membership. Save time, shop online with Hy-Vee Aisles Online.
What's the best beverage to enjoy while rooting on your team? 1919 root beer, of course. 1919 is brewed in small batches with only the finest ingredients, real sugar and real vanilla. The unique recipe and these choice ingredients make 1919 the creamiest, full-bodied draft root beer available. Find it in 12 packs and single-serve cans at grocery, convenience stores, and restaurants. 1919 is alcohol-free and contains no caffeine, making it a beverage of choice at any time for anyone in the family.
Every day you share personal information about yourself with others. You may write a check, charge fuel, rent a car, mail your tax returns, schedule a doctor's appointment, or post something on social media. Each transaction may share some sort of personal information, such as bank and credit card account numbers, social security number, name, address, or phone number. There are unscrupulous individuals, identity thieves, targeting these routine transactions, trying to gain your information to commit fraud. If you think somebody has stolen your identity, contact Consumer Protection at 1-800-300-1986.
At Triple Time Rudy's, you get convenient access to quality fuel products. Plus, you'll also find quality South Dakota products like Dimmick cheese and premium meats from the Kaler and Renner lockers. With a local-friendly feel and unique product offering, Triple Time Rudy's is your local convenience store that supports schools and events and provides fuel discounts to Yankton's largest employers. For all of your daily fill-ups and convenience needs, pull into Triple Time Rudy's at 17th and Broadway.
The mission of State Farm is to help people manage the risks of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and realize their dreams. Hi, I'm Roy Wilcox with State Farm Insurance. We have been helping customers get to a better state for over 100 years. No matter where you are in life, we're here to help you make the right play calls for your insurance coverage. Give me a call or stop by anytime.
Call Roy Wilcox State Farm Insurance today, 665-7140. Find more at roywilcox.com.
Welcome back in here on KYNT Plus as well as KYNTV. I am Brayden Butler. This is the Hy-Vee pregame show for Yankton Bucks soccer quarterfinal action of the 2023 Class AA State Tournament. We are in Sioux Falls, South Dakota today. This game is being hosted at Jefferson High School. Let's go to your Yankton Action Rewind, brought to you by Larry's Heating and Cooling, your only locally owned Lennox dealer in Yankton and Vermilion. Looking at the background for both these teams heading into this, starting with the Bucks. 11-2-2 officially on the year, coming off of a 7-0 first-round victory over Brookings. They've scored 3 or more goals, and 7 of their last 8 matches have the Bucks. They're winners of 4 straight and undefeated since the start of the month of September. It has been an impressive showing for the Yankton Bucks as of late. Across from them, the Jefferson Cavaliers, 9-2-2 overall record, coming off of their 2-1 victory over Rapid City Central in round 1. They are winners of 5 of their last 6, scoring 3 or more goals in each victory, and they are unbeaten since September 7th. A couple teams with long unbeaten runs to end the season shows how they are 2 of the top teams in this year's state tournament. They got hot at the right time, and they were consistent throughout the year beforehand to get to these higher seeds. Go to your stats review, starting with Yankton. 60 goals as a team this season, 6-0, 4 per match on average. The attack for the Bucks has been very hard to stop no matter which defense it gets thrown at them each and every week. They have been free-flowing on the attacking front, and their defense has been as impressive to match, allowing only 16 goals total this season, 1.07 per match. They've also had 5 shutout victories. They're outscoring their opponents during this unbeaten run I mentioned earlier since the start of September. They are outscoring their opponents 43-10, including 3 shutouts. They have been on another level since the start of the month of September. They're looking to cook that all the way to another potential trip to the state championship, which they won back in 2021. Across from them today, trying to advance to the semifinals in their own right, is Sioux Falls Jefferson, obviously. 39 goals scored this season, 3 per match on average. They've allowed only 12 goals this season, which is under a single goal per match. It's .92 when you factor in the numbers. And since their last loss on the 7th of September, they are outscoring their opponents 23-4. The Jefferson Cavaliers are on a big roll as they are looking to carry that all the way to a potential state title run. Go to your standings review here, brought to you by Rhonda Westland State Farm. Let Rhonda review your current home, auto, or life insurance to see if she can help you save some money. That's Rhonda Westland State Farm. We'll take a look at the Class AA state tournament bracket with 8 teams remaining now. The top 8 seeds all advance to the second round of play. Start with the 1-8 matchup. Sioux Falls Lincoln hosting Aberdeen Central. Lincoln being the top overall seed in this class. The winner of that will face the winner of our game today between Sioux Falls Jefferson and Yankton. The number 2 seed O'Gorman is hosting number 7 Sturgis Brown, and number 3 Spearfish hosting number 6 Rapid City Stevens. See if we have any upsets today. The first round, the top 8 seeds all advance, so the higher seed won every first round matchup. We'll see if that changes today, and if Yankton could be one of the teams to do it. It's a 4-5 matchup. On paper, the closest matchup we have today. We'll see how it all shakes out. Gonna take another break here quickly on the Hy-Vee pregame show. Hy-Vee, there's a helpful smile in every aisle. When we return, we will have your pregame coach interview brought to you by 1919 Root Beer, the creamiest full-body draft root beer available. It's in large cans at Charlie's Pizza, on tap, or in large cans at the Yankton Hy-Vee. We'll be back for that interview in a couple minutes here. KYNT Plus, KYNTV, Bucks Soccer. Back after this.
Truxedo is proud to have been part of the Yankton community since its start in 2000.
One of the things I love most is that they believe in promoting from within. I've been given many opportunities to advance.
Truxedo has an extensive variety of benefits available to their employees.
The work environment at Truxedo is extremely positive.
We are looking for you to join our production team. Visit www.truxedo.com/careers to apply.
The other day, a gal came into the UPS store to drop off a package. On her way out, she noticed the print sample wall and asked if we could print invitations. The answer was, yes, we can. Hi, this is Doug at the UPS store in Yankton and Vermilion. For over 7 years now, the UPS store has been helping hundreds of customers with their printing needs. From basic copies to business cards and invitations to posters, we can print them. Stop out and ask about our current print specials and see how we can help with your printing needs.
Welcome back in here on the Hy-Vee pregame show. Hy-Vee, with a helpful smile in every aisle. Come back as a couple motorcycles were coming by here at the soccer field here at Jefferson High School. We are right next to a highway, so keep that in mind today. So we got a good one, though, on tap between Jefferson and Yankton. The 4-5 matchup in the quarterfinal round of the 2023 AA Boys State Soccer Tournament. And we go to your pregame coach interview brought to you by 1919 Root Beer, the creamiest full-body draft root beer available. It's on tap at Charlie's Pizza or in large cans at the Yankton Hy-Vee. This is taken from the postgame of the Bucks' first-round matchup, big 7-0 win over Brookings. Dave Dannenbring had a lot to talk about, head coach for the Yankton Bucks, following that big win, and we go to that interview now. As we get to have a conversation here with the man in charge of this Yankton Bucks team, head coach Dave Dannenbring, as we welcome him in here. As the cord for his mic got caught on something, but I have fixed it. So
hey, thank you.
I won the day, coach. No, in reality, your team won the day today after a long rain delay happened one other time this season, and both of them have been against Brookings. So if you could talk about your team's performance today, taking a big 7-0 win, advancing in the state tournament, and also how they kind of took that 2-hour rain delay by the end of it in stride and performed almost better in the second half of the game as compared to what they did in the first half, which is hard to do with a pair of goals in half one.
Well, I was really proud of these guys and told them right after the game that that was game number 3 in a row that we came out and we took care of business, and that's really what we needed to do. We came out in the Aberdeen game, we came out in the Roosevelt game, and now we came out now right from the get-go and put pressure on them. We had a couple of plays, and as a coaching staff, when we look at some things that we think we can do and then it works, like where we were high pressing them, we had a couple of plays that it worked out perfect, where we stole the ball and just put that pressure on them. That got them frustrated right away, and once a team gets frustrated, then we just had to be patient, and our boys did such a great job of that. We've worked really hard in practice on moving the ball quickly to space into the open player, and we've gotten much better. We have a lot of room to improve, but I've told them when we started the season that we're just baking a big cake, and we've been mixing everything together, and right now we've got Ty Bindi said, I feels like we've just stuck a toothpick in the middle of it, and there's just a little bit of dough that's sticking to the toothpick, and now we've got to improve on that. But great job by those guys. The rain delay, it was okay for about the first 45 minutes. We were pretty good. I've got to give a shout out to Doug Budig, who texted me and said, hey, is there anything we can do? Should we get some power bars or something? And he went out and got a whole bunch of Cliff bars and some energy drinks and some water, and I really think that made a big difference because we sat there long enough. Some of those guys, it was well before 5 o'clock that they had any food, and they're a bunch of young growing boys, and so it really was good to get a couple of Cliff bars in, get a little bit of energy, get out there and go. Both teams, I thought, came out after the rain delay as a house of fire. Man, the pace was fast. They were fired up. We were fired up. I thought the communication was fun out there. Everybody's talking, and with our team, I think it's kind of fun because half of them speak Spanish, and now in the midfield, they're all communicating, and it's kind of fun that the other team really doesn't know what they're talking about. And God, they were just so good. And as we got going, again, I told them, just be patient. They can't keep this pace up. They've got some talent, but we know they can't keep the pace up, and we eventually just wore them down and then made some good plays. Kevin Ortiz, holy cow, those long bombs, and he had one against them in our first game. He was out at the football 30-yard line and just bends it right over there, and just some great plays. And that's what I always tell him: if you're going to shoot it hard. Because they had one where the goalie wet ball goes through his hands. Well, if we patty cake it in there, he's going to catch that. And so once again, a lot of those little things that our boys are getting better, and it shows tonight by having those goals.
And they performed really well tonight, your guys did, from set pieces. I know, obviously, we talked about a couple free kicks from Kevin Ortiz that he scored on. He also assisted one that Christian Pacheco put in the back of the net. Corner kicks were a key as well. Simon Schultz getting on the end of one. A couple penalties. You guys really performed from those set pieces. Is that something you guys have been working on throughout the season, or is that just these guys are always ready for those moments?
Well, set pieces are an interesting thing because some coaches don't really want to work on them. When you look at the stats, corner kicks are only successful about 4% of the time, which is really pretty low. And I really want to look at ours and see what our percentage is because we've been able to knock those in. I think it's a great opportunity. Sports are about who's going to step up and make the bigger play. And, we've got Simon back there. He's a big, tall, strong kid. And our problem early in the year is we try to loft that ball up there, and you don't have enough momentum on the ball, enough speed on the ball to quickly direct it into the goal. And so we've told them, all right, if you shoot it over, you shoot it over, but fire that thing as hard as you can so that we can quickly direct it in the goal. And that's been our success on those. Same with the goal kicks. We work a lot on shooting technique. Again, they laugh at me all the time, and I'm like, well, all I do is watch video of Ronaldo and Messi and see what they do, and why wouldn't you do that? And, that's where Kevin's starting to do that. He's just got good form. He's a left-footed kicker, which, it's just kind of odd, like for goalies to get the ball curving that direction, because not many kids can do it. And so having him on our team and that confidence to step up there and do it. And, we work on penalty kicks. Lance has just been clutch on those penalty kicks. He has practiced since he was a little kid on just putting that ball right, halfway up the goal and as hard as you can. And, that goalie, he doesn't have a chance. You just can't move that fast, even if you guess right. And so that was really good. And it's great to see Ty hit one there at the end where we were kind of giving him a hard time that he gets that second chance. That luckily the goalie, he came right off his line, and that's the rule, which unfortunate for them, but fortunate for Ty. And then he pounds in that really nice goal at the end. And so we had to practice yesterday, and we had to choose our 10 guys that are going to take penalty kicks if it comes down to that. So we've been working on those, and happy that he knocked one in.
That was a little bit of a funny moment for me up in the booth when it was also a moment where you can see like the selflessness of this team when Ty, before he goes up to take it, there's Lance Dannenberg, who, as you mentioned, is a very good penalty taker, has been doing it for a large chunk of the season here and doing it very well. And he's on pace for a hat trick if he puts it in. Say, hey, Ty, go up there, take one. You deserve it, man. And then Ty's able to put it back in. So that just kind of shows the camaraderie of the team. Is you guys seem to be really gelling here in the tournament.
Well, that's the whole part, or the biggest, I think, piece of a puzzle of a team is if they can play together, and they don't all have to be friends, but they have to have some trust in each other, and they have to be willing to make a few sacrifices for the team, and we pressed that hard, and that's where we started. We did our team camp out July 28th, and we all went camping together, and we had that talk around the campfire that, we're going to spend a lot of time, and we can waste our time and get to the end of the season and have a lot of shoulda, woulda, couldas, or we can decide right now what we're going to do. And that I thought that was a great night over the s'mores and the smoky campfire, and I do think that was just a turning point where we're like, okay, we're going to do it. And like I said, they do show that. They were kind of yelling for Amos to take it, and he was going to take it. He had the look on his face like, really, you guys want me to take it? And I yelled out too and said, let Ty take it. I mean, holy cow, he's been a senior leader, and give him that opportunity. Simon gets all those headers on the corner kicks, and so, yeah, really happy for Ty because he's just such a great kid and been such a good leader. And holy cow, this is his 5th year of being out there in the playoffs and playing. It's just going to seem really weird next year not having him on the field.
Talked about it on the broadcast. All three of your senior captains, Lance Dannenbrink, Simon Schultz, Ty Bendy, all getting on the score sheet today and all really leading this team from the front. And they're going to continue to lead the team. My apologies there. Heading into your next matchup, as the only bright side of that rain delay is you know exactly who you're going to face. Sioux Falls Jefferson defeated Rapid City Central 2-1. So the Cavaliers are on the docket on Saturday. I don't know how much you've looked into a potential matchup with either them or Central, but what have you seen throughout the season from them, and what are you expecting this weekend?
Well, it was really interesting that there were no upsets in the first round because all the higher seeds won, which it's kind of fun now. Now we're down to 8, and it's going to be a slugfest. The good thing about Jefferson is I think they're definitely beatable. The games that they've had here at the end have been close by teams that we know we can beat. So we're going to watch some film. I honestly didn't watch film. I just thought it was going to be a bad omen. If I start watching film on teams looking ahead, I just thought, no, that's wrong, because I'd feel like a real fool if we'd have come out here and lost 7-0, and then I'd have been watching film on some potential next opponent. So I'll sit down tonight, start taking a look at that, and the good thing now, we have till Saturday. We have 3 days of practice, and we'll be prepared for them. And also, we don't have to drive out to Rapid City and have that long trip, so it'll be nice just to go to Sioux Falls. We can probably have a good fan base. All right, 2 shout-outs. Shout out to all the fans that came out tonight. Before the rain delay, we had a big crowd out there, and a bunch of kids from school told me, yeah, we're coming out. It's blackout. There was a lot of them, so thank you for that. I also have to give a shout-out to all of my kids that are out there all over, to Scott and Sam and Ty and John and Gabe and Lily. They're all out there watching the game, and I appreciate all your comments. So
they were pretty active in the chat tonight, and I do
good.
appreciate them. They made the break better because of their banter in the chat. I appreciated that, and they were also very kind when we were working through our long delay, trying to keep everybody updated. So I always appreciate that from them.
Well, that's good. So again, thank you guys for being here and letting everybody be able to see it from all over the world. So.
All right, thank you again to head coach Dave Dannenbrink. Good luck to you on Saturday as you head up and take on Sioux Falls Jefferson, and hopefully we can talk to you after that one with another win under your belt. No, you don't like looking too far ahead, but good luck on that one.
Well,
on Saturday.
From here on out, we've got 3 games left in the season, and it's going to be great. So we're excited.
Head coach Dave Dannenbrink here on the Bucks soccer, or Hy-Vee pregame show, for Yankton Bucks soccer taking on Sioux Falls Jefferson. We're getting really close to game time here from Sioux Falls, so we're gonna take a quick break, just about 30 seconds. When we return, we'll start wrapping up our pregame show, get you ready for the national anthem and starting lineups here on KYNTV and KYNT Plus.
Is it the competition that keeps bringing you back? The long-standing rivalries? Or is it seeing friends again and cheering on your favorite team? At First Dakota, we're here for it all. We appreciate the fans, the players, the coaches and officials, the concessions crew. The shared community experience is part of what makes life here great, and we're here for it. See you at the game. First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
Welcome back in here, KYNTV, KYNT Plus for the Hy-Vee pregame show. The players from both teams are at center field, and as we came back, they're going to go to the national anthem, so our apologies there. We will bring you your starting lineups as well as the rest of your pregame show when we return. Rough timing there coming back. So the national anthem will be right back. KYNTV, KYNT Plus. Don't go anywhere.
Oh, Sheboygan, I just can't get you off my mind.
It's tailgate season, so stock up the cooler and fire up the grill. Then load that grill with Sheboygan brats, natural casing wieners, and summer sausage. Make sure Sheboygans are a part of your tailgater. Produced with pride at American Food Groups in Yankton.
The way it tastes is simply divine. I got Sheboygan on my mind. Sheboygan.
Mark your calendars now. Here's an easy way to get your family's flu shots. Load up the entire family and stay in your vehicle with drive-through flu shots at Yankton Medical Clinic. They're available Monday, October 9th and Tuesday, October 24th from 4 to 6 p.m. Visit yanktonmedicalclinic.com to download the consent form. Bring completed for each person and a copy of your insurance card, and watch for the Y Guy. Protect yourself and your loved ones this flu season with help from Yankton Medical Clinic. So much care, so close to home.
So, you need a new vehicle. What's the best vehicle for you? Where do you get financing? What's your trade worth? Answer all these questions and more at BillionAuto.com. You can compare 16 new car brands and thousands of used vehicles, all in the palm of your hand at BillionAuto.com. Plus, estimate the trade value of your vehicle in 2 easy steps. It's car buying made easy. Apply for credit pre-approval at BillionAuto.com. All applications accepted, not all approved.
Welcome back in here, KYNTV, KYNT Plus. I am Brayden Butler for Yankton Bucks soccer in the quarterfinal round of the Class AA state tournament on the boys' side. Thank you all for joining me this Saturday afternoon as we continue rolling here on your Hy-Vee pregame show as we're announcing starting lineups now officially. Did miss something earlier on, so my apologies for that. Your team schedule review brought to you by Upper Midwest Garage Door, specializing in the sales, installation, and service of residential and commercial garage doors and openers throughout eastern South Dakota. Upper Midwest Garage Door is your local authorized Clopay dealer. Looking at Yankton, they come off a big victory, 7-0 over Brookings in their first round matchup. They're outscoring their last 4 opponents 24-3 with a 7-0 win over West Central, 4-1 over Aberdeen, 6-2 over Roosevelt, and then that 7-0 over Brookings. Let's give you your starting lineups now. Starting lineups are brought to you by First Chiropractic Centers, making life better, one adjustment at a time. We'll start with the visiting Yankton Bucks. Usually ending with them as the home team, but as the visitors today, we'll start there. Starting in net today, the senior goalkeeper, number 77, Jackson Kronberg. Across the defensive back line, number 4, senior defender Ty Bendy. Number 10, senior defender Simon Schultz, who went down with an injury late against Brookings. Good to see him out there on the field. Also seeing out there, number 5, the senior midfielder Lance Dannenbring. Number 14, the senior defender the sophomore defender Cade Reifenrath. Number 15, the sophomore winger, that's Jack Pedersen, playing as a forward today. Number 17, the freshman forward Tony Guitron. Number 19 out there as well, that's Nels Hansen, the sophomore midfielder. Sophomore forward, number 20, Christian Pacheco. Another sophomore forward, number 29, Byron Jimenez. And the sophomore defender, number 30, Kevin Ortiz. A good mix of the next generation with a couple sophomores out there and the senior leadership as well. It's proven the Bucks well so far. See if it can carry them to another win today. Let's go to your starting lineup for Sioux Falls Jefferson, the Cavaliers. Starting in net today will be the senior Carter Loshi. He's a goalkeeper for them today, wearing the number 1. Also starting with number 3, Connor Henson, the junior defender. Number 6, Joa Vanderwater, the junior defender. Number 8, Griffin Gruce, the junior midfielder/forward combination. Number 9, Caleb Brink, the sophomore forward. Number 11, Jensen Hieronymus, the junior defender forward combo. Number 12, Eli Bloom, the freshman defender. Number 21, Tate Carlson, the sophomore midfielder. Number 23, Caden Wagner, the senior defender. And number 30, Kyler Lammers, the senior defender. Your starting lineup for the Sioux Falls Jefferson Cavaliers and the Yankton Bucks. Give a shout out to our official KYNTV watch party location, Ben's Brewing downtown. If it's on KYNTV, it's on at Ben's Brewing downtown. They're a proud supporter of Yankton Bucks and Gazelles athletics. Visit bensbrewing.com/sports to see the upcoming games being shown downtown at Ben's Brewing. Colors of the game brought to you by Buell's Cleaners, offering dry cleaning, laundry, and business services like linens, rags, rugs, and uniforms. Buell's Cleaners, 444 3rd Street in Yankton. The Bucks in their road whites with black numbers and letters, and no trim on the tops, black shorts with white trim for Yankton. The hometown Sioux Falls Jefferson Cavaliers in their green jerseys with, it looks like, gold trim, white numbers and letters, green shorts as well as socks. Fans of the game brought to you by Triple Time Rudy's. No matter what you drive, fuel up at Triple Time Rudy's, located at 1606 Broadway Avenue in Yankton. Good Yankton crowd made the trip up here. Good Jefferson crowd on hand as well as the home team. It is. And Bryce is here too. Thank you, our cameraman and KYNT Sports Director, Bryce Ladd, reminding me he made the trip up as well. I do appreciate you making the trip and all the fans for making the trip up. The fans of the game, brought to you by Triple Time Rudy's. Go to your officials of the game, brought to you by the South Dakota Office of the Attorney General. They are the law on the field. Weren't given the official's name pregame, but it looks like it's a 4-official crew today, as they're going to make sure everything stays safe and everybody plays the game the right way out there on the field. Field conditions brought to you by C&B Equipment. Navigate around your yard on a John Deere lawnmower with a mower from C&B Equipment in Yankton. As we actually have kickoff here, it rolls back to Jackson Kronberg in net. He scoops it up. He's going to distribute it out for Yankton. Waiting on my weather app to update. My apologies. It's still showing me how it is in Yankton. Shouldn't be too much different. Goes up by a degree. 56 degrees, clear skies, wind out of the west-southwest at 10 miles per hour. That's your field conditions by C&B Equipment. We've been underway for a couple seconds here, but really no attacks have been formulated quite yet. Ball cleared away and out of play by the Cavaliers. Throw in taken, gets kicked back inside to Pacheco. He crosses it edge of the box to Byron Jimenez. Closing down quickly though and taking it away, it looks like was Griffin Gruce. Ball taken away in the midfield by Dannenbring. He's going to take a pot shot from long range out. Doesn't really get enough underneath of it like he wanted. And that's going to roll past the goal and all the way into the fence line here surrounding the field. Goal kick taken quickly by Loshi. Goes up to Tate Carlson. Carlson trying to find its way to Hieronymus. Ball taken away for a moment. Back in possession of the Cavaliers. Vanderwater was on it. Back to Carlson. Carlson battling with Dannenbring for the ball. Cavaliers keep possession, but it goes to Wagner. Wagner trying to find a lane on a pass, but it was taken away by Tony Guitron. And now to Nels Hansen. Through on goal, slots it. No, just missing wide to the right. It looked like Hansen clipped that bottom right corner, but just missed wide of the post. Not even 2 minutes into the game, Hansen almost with the first one on the board. It's one he's going to want back, and That's something that we need to talk about for our key of the game. Your vision of the game, excuse me, brought to you by Vision Real Estate, where their focus is always on you. It is our key of the game, taking advantage of your chances. This Jefferson defense has been impenetrable for most of the season, allowing less than a goal per match. Yankton's attack can't waste the opportunities they are given by the Cavaliers because there are no guarantee that the Bucks will have a plethora of chances to work with. Off the throw-in, Cavaliers taking possession, trying to get through the midfield. Nels Hansen takes it away. Hansen playing it back to Kevin Ortiz. Ortiz sending it downfield. Ball chested up in the air for a moment and kicked away by the Cavaliers. Racing onto it is Vanderwater. Sending it down the left wing. Gets taken away Ty Bendy. Bendy over to Schultz. Back inside looking for Dannenbring. The 3 senior captains. Dannenbring almost falls to the turf but keeps his footing and keeps possession of the ball. Tony Guitron out to Cade Reifenrath. Reifenrath trying to make something happen. Trying to work around his defender. He's guarded very closely by Caleb Brink. Ball sent near the edge of the box. A couple of defenders go down for Jefferson. Pacheco was there as well for the Bucks as that's cleared out of play. It'll be a throw in Yankton. Schultz to throw. Schultz to Pacheco, headed up and over. Looking for Jack Pedersen, trying to race onto it. He's not going to get there before it goes over the end line for a goal kick for Losi. Carter Losi now standing over it from his goalkeeper position as, well, hopefully I don't need that anymore. My pregame notes just flew away. I have more that are safe, but the pregame rundown just flew away. So luckily we're out of the pregame and we are in the game itself. It is a little bit windy up here. 10 miles per hour to the west-southwest is what was reported, but being up on the roof as well. A little breezy. We got a throw in to be taken here. Bendy put the brakes on it as it looks like Jefferson was trying to throw in. Said, no, that's our ball. And they send it downfield in a hurry off the throw in. Headed away, Jack Pedersen trying to find Christian Pacheco, but cleared out of play. A good clearance made. Going to be taken by Simon Schultz. He sends this one deep into the box. Nels Hansen there, trying to make up for an earlier miss. Dannenbring gets a foot to it, but it goes off the left side of his foot. Not how he wanted that to go, and it's going to go out of play. Throw in to be taken. Trying to work that right wing now are the Cavaliers. It's out of bounds, and now it'll be a throw in for Yankton. Guitron trying to send it in the midfield, but that is cleared away. Good clearance made by the Cavaliers and Lammers. Goes all the way back to Bendy, trying to send it downfield. Looks like it touched off the head of Pacheco. At least hit his hair at the very least and goes out of play. It's going to be a throw in here for Yankton. Jack Pedersen to take it. Pedersen tosses it in. Going to Byron Jimenez. Rolls around his shoulders and his head a little bit. Now to Hansen. Back to Jimenez. Trying to get inside to Pacheco. Didn't take the touch he wanted. It's taken away. Ball back in possession of Yankton. Those is cleared away by Kevin Ortiz. Sent downfield to Nels Hansen. Contact made. No whistles blow. Hansen trying to run onto it. It's going to be pushed back upfield by Jefferson for a moment. Pacheco battling for the ball. And they able to keep the ball are the Bucks. Goes back to Simon Schultz. Trying to work that right wing. He's guarded very closely and good defense made by Jensen Hieronymus. And Jefferson going to get the ball back for a moment before Bendy pushes out of play. Be a throw in. Off the throw in here, Jefferson trying to work through the midfield, taken away by Nels Hansen. Hieronymus had the ball for a moment. Now Jimenez trying to play through to Jack Pedersen, but looks like the passing lane was cut off by the Cavaliers. Very good defensive play as they push it out of play for a throw in. Yankton to throw. Do want to take some time to thank a couple Sportscaster Club members, starting with America's Best Realty. Tired of renting or apartment living? Ready to upgrade or own your own home? Call America's Best Realty at 260-1600 and unlock the American dream. Throw in taken just outside the box by Jefferson and pushed out of play again. I'd also like to thank Elwood Family Dental Care, where they take care of the entire family and are always welcoming new patients, as well as Kaiser Heating and Cooling. When it comes to heating and cooling, be the wiser and go with Kaiser. It's Kaiser Heating and Cooling of Yankton. Ball back in play. It's at the feet of Mason Kosh. Booted downfield, trying to run onto it was Hieronymus, but it was able to be cleared away by Ty Bendy. Could be a throw in here for the Cavs. Throw in from Koch going to Hieronymus put it out of play, and they're going to say last touch by Jefferson, so it's throw in for Simon Schultz. Sends it into Pacheco. Pacheco trying to cut through a couple different defenders, but it is cut off, taken away by Kyler Lammers. Taken back away by Yankton. Keytron on the ball, now to Hansen. Back to Dannenbring. Dannenbring makes his move between a couple defenders. Slide tackle thrown in there by the Cavs. Good tackle made initially by Caleb Brink. Dannenbring able to regain possession, though. To Reifenrath, up to Jimenez. And off the boot of Jimenez, it falls to Hieronymus for Sioux Falls Jefferson. Bindi in a foot race, trying to get there first before Koch. He will get there first, clear it upfield, taken away. Carlson on it, trying to go back to Koch, but a little miscommunication there. It's cleared away by Bindi, out of play, throw in here for the Cavs. Joe Vanderwater, junior defender. 32-22 and counting here to go in the first half of play, still scoreless. This could be the first chance for Jefferson. They're trying to go back post to Brink, but it goes just a little too far, out of play. It'll be a goal kick for Jackson Kronberg. Haven't seen many chances in the first 8 minutes. There was the one by Nels Hansen that just missed wide right of the post. That was the best opportunity Jefferson's had so far. Cross back post. They timed that up a little better. Could have been a goal on the board for the Cavaliers. Ball in the midfield now. It's Sioux Falls Jefferson possession. Gruce was on it. Now to Brink. Back to Gruce. Taking away Nels Hansen for a moment. Still a battle for the ball. Nobody has complete possession. Ball goes out of play. No, it doesn't go out of play. Saved by Guitron. Taken away in the midfield, though, by Jefferson. That was Caden Wagner, the senior. Hieronymus on the ball. Played it back to Wagner. Now trying to get down the left wing. Let's take Carlson. Whistle's going to blow. Free kick going to be called. Cast my eyes down for a moment, check the roster, make sure I had the right player. I believe if it was contact, as Carlson was trying to back into Schultz to get the ball. Might have also been off the arm of Carlson, incidentally, which is a handball and a foul, so it would give possession of the Bucks. Either way, Yankton on the ball currently. Pedersen trying to head it up and over a couple defenders, trying to keep the ball right now are the Bucks. It's definitely the most pressure the Bucks have felt in a while, especially in the midfield. That's just this Jefferson defense. They don't want you to allow you to open up those passing lanes. Their defense has been very, very good all season long, especially here as of late. They have not allowed more than 3 goals in a single match this season, neither of the Bucks. Two of the best teams in the state going at it here in the quarterfinals. Throw in taken by Jefferson. Down the right wing, it's Brink. Crosses it into the box. In front of net was Hieronymus. Cleared away by Schultz. And a big block there by Schultz. It's going to be your block of the game, brought to you by H&R Block. Open year-round, providing bookkeeping, payroll, and tax services. 665-3366. Take Carlson on the edge of the box there. Had a shot potentially on goal, and Simon Schultz able to body block it away. And Jack Pedersen gets cut down from behind on the other end, just outside of the 18-yard box. It will be a free kick for the Bucks. In a dangerous, dangerous area. The Cavaliers, lucky that challenge didn't happen a second later. We'd be looking at a penalty kick right now. Turning defense into the attack for Yankton. Good defensive play by Simon Schultz on one end. Then Jack Pedersen gets cut down from behind. A lot of contact made. That brings Lance Dannenbring over the ball. Senior captain in the midfield. Discussing strategy, it looks like, with Simon Schultz. So blows, we're back underway. Dannenbring is going to try to send it through on goal. Big save there by Losi, but they're not out of the woods yet. Our Sioux Falls Jefferson. Ball popped up in the box, headed away for a moment. Jimenez brings it down. Hansen takes a pot shot, another big save. Back-to-back saves from the senior goalkeeper for the Cavaliers. You can talk about the Jefferson defense and how great they've been all year. No matter how good your defense is, there are going to be chances that get past you. You need a shot stopper in net. Looks exactly like how they have one in Sioux Falls with Carter Loshi. Joe Vanderwater throwing in. Hieronymus trying to work down the left wing. Simon Schultz there as well. Hieronymus been able to cut in. Bindi just clears it out of play. It will be a corner kick for Jefferson. It's our first chance to see what their corner routine is. You assume their go-to corner routine is what they'd break out first. It's like loading up far post. They also got a player basically body blocking the goalkeeper. That's where they're going with it. It falls back post, trying to get to it of the Cavaliers. It rolls outside the box for now. Yankton trying to get the ball back. Heavy contact made as the ball is going out of play. No whistle blew on the contact. The ball did go out on Jefferson. Throw in taken, goes out of play again. This time off of Yankton, so it'll be a throw in for the Cavaliers. Throw in taken, immediately pushed out of play again by Yankton. Another throw in for Sioux Falls. For Jefferson. Throwing in now is Wagner. Big toss for Wagner. He's looking for Brink down the right side near the corner post. Near the corner flag, excuse me. That one's going to go over the end line for a goal kick. .27-18 to go and counting in this first half of play. Still 0-0 as Kronberg boots it away. Getting it into the midfield area. Etron gets under it. To Pacheco. He tried to make the turn, but a good defensive effort made by Connor Henson, the junior defender. Knocked the ball away for the Cavaliers, but only for a moment. Byron Jimenez on the ball. Now up to Jack Pedersen. Pedersen looking for options. Back to Schultz. To Bendy, and Bendy sending it down the right wing. Nobody's there for the Bucks, just a clearance for the senior defender. That's going to roll out of play over the touchline for a throw-in. Near the corner flag. That was almost a goal kick scenario. Throw in taken quickly. Schultz trying to run onto it, but Tate Carlson got there first. Bendy able to bring it down for a moment. Now back in possession of the Cavaliers. They're looking for Hieronymus on the left wing, out of play. It'll be a throw in here for Yankton. It's been a fun battle so far in the midfield. Teams changing possessions. There's been a couple opportunities in the final 18 yards inside the box for both these squads. Nobody's been able to take the first bite of the apple, so to speak. Jimenez sends this one up. It's getting caught up in the wind a little bit and drifting towards the touchline. It'll go out of play. Another throw in for Sioux Falls Jefferson. Lammers to throw. Tosses it in for the Cavaliers. Brought down by Jimenez for a moment. Trying to bring it back. Sends it inside. Gets past Pacheco. He's looked like he was looking for Guitron. But it gets taken away by the Cavs. Now working the midfield. They're going out wide to the left now. Hieronymus keeps it in the field of play. Simon Schultz, though, doesn't allow that to stay in the field of play as it goes out of play. Quick throw in taken. Got a little bit of a lane there. Did Kosh. Big save there for a moment. Still in danger. Tackle thrown in the box by Kevin Ortiz. And it was clean in the box as well. Great defensive effort by Yankton. Big save from Kronberg as well, as he is a stalwart inside those two posts. Ball goes out of play off of the Cavaliers. Taking it quickly is Jack Pedersen on the throw-in. Pedersen to Pacheco, almost brought down from behind. Ball gets to Jimenez, looking for Guitron. Knocks back to Dannenbrink. Dannenbrink plays it to Pedersen. Back inside to Dannenbrink. He chests it down, now flicks it up and over a defender. Trying to get back onto it, cleared away. Bringing it down in the midfield is Kosh. Now up to Pacheco. Pacheco trying to get around his defender, but is taken away and pushed out of play. No, it's going to be picked up by Hieronymus. Now inside to Carlson. Carlson down the left wing. He's got Hieronymus overlapping on the left side. He's going to try to get it to him. Bendy trying to beat him there. Trying to clear it out the sideline was Bendy. Able to put a stop on it and get it to Simon Schultz. Yankton has been on the back foot here recently. Their defense is standing tall. Ball taken away in the midfield for a moment by Dannenbrink. Back in possession of the Cavs and pushed out of play. I believe they're going to say free kick here. Some contact was made between Lance Dannenbrink and Kyler Lammers. They say the infraction goes against Dannenbrink and the Bucks. So free kick given to the Cavaliers. Neither team has a score on the board yet. 23-48 and counting to go in this first half of play. Lammers is weighing his options here. Now he starts his run up, sends it to the left side of the box. He's looking for Hieronymus. Simon Schultz is there. It's off the head and out of play of Jensen Hieronymus. First substitution being made here for the Bucks. Looks like Jack Pedersen is going to be the one checking out. Anthony Alfonso checking in. Good first 17 minutes for both these teams defensively. There's been a couple opportunities for both attacks, but nothing has been put on the scoreboard yet. Booted downfield by Kronberg. Now up and over off the knee of Pacheco, trying to beat his man to the spot, but his beat's taken away. Hansen on it now. Back to Dannenberg. Yankton in possession once again. Plays all the way back defensive back line. It's Kevin Ortiz. He's going to send it downfield. He's looking for Tony Guitron, but taken away. That was Eli Bloom, freshman, who got that ball. Back in possession, though, of Yankton. Byron Jimenez trying to send it down the left wing again to Tony Guitron. He's in a foot race. Connor Henson there as well, and no one's going to get there. It's going to go over the end line for a goal kick. Goal kick taken here. Sent to about the midfield stripe, trying to bring it down a couple different players. Ortiz was there, but he can't bring it in. It's taken by Coach. Whistle blows. A free kick will be awarded to the Cavaliers. Be about 40 yards out on this free kick. Trying to catch the number on the back of the jersey. I believe that's Griffin Gross. It is, and he sends it into the box. Almost like a chipped pass. Trying to get into it are the Cavaliers. Headed away by a couple different Bucks players. Now trying to bring it in was Nels Hansen. He does get there to Anthony Alfonso. Now to Dannenberg. Plays it across Jimenez. Jimenez lets it go past him so he can run onto it. Plays it out to Guitron. Guitron inside to Hansen. Nels Hansen trying to work the midfield. Getting out wide to the right. Simon Schultz is there. He's going to boot it downfield. Looking for Pacheco. Sliding in, though, and making a good effort was Kyler Lammers. Pushed out a play. It'll be a throw in here for Jefferson. Vanderwater to throw. Gets it in there. He's looking for Hieronymus. Taken away by Schultz. He boots it down the right wing. Pacheco giving chase. Lammers there as well. If Pacheco can get around him, he might be able to make something happen. Good body block by Lammers, and that will end any attack for Yankton for the time being. It's another goal kick for the Cavs. 20 minutes, 40 seconds to go in this first half of play. Ball sent into the midfield quickly off the goal kick. Bruce on it. Now to the right wing, it's Brink. Brink takes a long touch to get past his defender. He's going to slide down, and they're going to say he was brought down. Not sure it was tripping it up or grabbing him to stop him from getting past, but Nels Hansen called for the infraction there. It will be a free kick awarded from the far side of the field from our position here on KYNTV. Free kick taken, whipped in near the box, going back post, dumping up into the air and trying to knock it away. It was Jackson Kronberg. Got just over his fingertips, but it went out of play over the end line. I'm going to say, actually, no, we got a touch on it, so it's going to be a goal kick. Or a corner kick, excuse me. Corner kick to be taken. Looks like Gross over it. He whips it in, the left-footed, looking back post, goes a little too far. It's going to roll away for everybody from the time being. Brink on it now. Playing it back to Wagner, sending it near the box, headed near goal, but that's couldn't get the turn on it that he wanted in front of net. It'll be a goal kick here for Yankton. Still scoreless, 0-0 with 19:10 to go. Also want to thank you to Explorers Credit Union for helping make this broadcast possible. Wherever you want your financial journey to take you, Explorers Credit Union is here to help with a vision of financial empowerment for everyone. Discover the difference at explorerscu.com. Got another whistle in the midfield, another free kick to be taken by Yankton. Looks like Kevin Ortiz to stand over it. He's going to send this one downfield. Pacheco's there as well as Anthony Alfonso, but it's taken away by Jefferson for a moment. Pacheco back on it, edge of the box, plays it across. Tony Guitron off the right post, trying to redirect it again, but it's taken away again by Jefferson. Another good scoring another goal scoring opportunity for Yankton just turned away. Still 0-0. The Bucks got to capitalize on these chances. They're not getting many right now from Jefferson. Now back in the midfield. Same could be said of the Cavaliers as well. They've had a few good opportunities, but nobody has been able to capitalize for either squad. This one's going into the box. Running off his line is Jackson Kronberg. He's going to scoop it up. A whistle blew before he was coming out to get it. So they're going to say it's a free kick downfield for Yankton. Bindi stands over to take it. 17:53 and counting to go. He just sends it short to Schultz. Now up to Anthony Alfonso. Back inside. He was looking for Jimenez, who was cutting inside. Taken away by Jefferson. Taken back away by Byron Jimenez for Yankton. Anthony Alfonso slips for a moment. He's able to get the ball, though. But he didn't hear the footsteps behind him of Kyler Lammers. He was able to take it away. Pushed out a play, I believe, Simon Schultz with the last touch. So it'll be a throw in here once again for Jefferson. Cavs to throw. It was into Hieronymus. Now back to Vanderwater. Only back to Lammers now. He boots this one away, trying to get it into the defensive back line, and does. Bindi heads it down. Schultz trying to get there, but it's taken away again. Tate Carlson for a moment. Now Hieronymus on the left wing. Left wing, edge of the box. Moving right to left on your screen, R. Jefferson, or listening device here on KYNTV and KYNT+. Ball cleared away downfield. Christian Pacheco giving chase. He's got Tony Guitron with him as well. That's going to go out of play. Throw in for Yankton. Last touch by Jefferson. Pacheco still in pursuit of that ball as it continues to roll. I believe near one of the sand pits here. It's a very nice facility here at Jefferson High School. Memory serves me right, 3 years is how long this facility and everything has been around. Jefferson High School, one of the newest high schools in the state. The newest one is Sioux Falls. That one's cleared out of play again. Throw in taken again by Yankton. Hansen was on it for a moment, almost taken away by the Cavs. Danebring able to regain control. From the midfield to the left wing, up to Pacheco. Pacheco looking for options, cuts back inside, plays it off to Nels Hansen. Hansen tries to send it through. I think he was looking for Jack Patterson, who falls to the turf. Danebring takes a shot. Big block made again by the Cavaliers. That was Connor Henson who blocked that one. We have a defensive standoff right now here at Jefferson High School. 15:45 to go in this first half of play. Ball into the box for Yankton, cleared away by Henson. Both these teams pushing hard. Simon Schultz comes up to take the throw in. Schultz throws it in. He's looking for Pedersen, headed away by Lammers. Brought down by Jimenez. Jimenez looking for Pedersen again, headed up in the air. Jefferson trying to retake it. Overhead kick there. Sends it back up and over him. Was Lammers. Still in a dangerous area for the Cavaliers. Hansen got too far underneath that one. Sent it through the uprights. Be good on Fridays. Fortunately, it's not good on Saturdays for Nels Hansen. It's a bouncing ball. Hard to get that volley the right way. He just sent it a little too high through the uprights here at Jefferson High School. Goal kick taken. Trying to bring it in was Kevin Ortiz. Gets past him and the intended Cavalier. Ortiz back on it. Now to Jimenez. To Jack Pedersen. Pedersen trying to keep possession, but it's cleared away. Good clearance by Lammers. Throw in taken. Goes to Nels Hansen for Yankton, but taken away again. Booted downfield by the Cavaliers. Headed up in the air by Bindi. Trying to get under it is Kevin Ortiz. Lance Danebring there as well. Danebring, one touch, gets it out to Reifenrath. Trying to work that left wing was Cade Reifenrath for a moment. Ball gets away from him, but it's back at his feet now. He's got some options. Stops his momentum. Plays it back to Jimenez. Byron Jimenez swings this one edge of the box to Jack Pedersen. One touch, trying to cut through a couple defenders. Play it over to Christian Pacheco. One defender falls. Two defenders converge on Pacheco, and they're both down. And there might be an injury on the field for Jefferson. Ball remains in the field of play. Both Jefferson players getting back to their feet now. With some heavy contact, though, in the box between the two. Danebring stole the ball away to Jimenez now. Up the right wing to Anthony Alfonso. Trying to find some options. A little step over. Trying to get into the box now. Cutting inside on his left foot. Try to kick it across. He's brought down on the edge of the box. No whistle blows. It's been a pretty physical game of soccer today. They're letting them play today are the officials. Schultz with a spin move, trying to get a couple touches around the defender. Has it taken away, but Nels Hansen picks it up. Back to Bindi. Sends it downfield. He's looking for Anthony Alfonso. Taken away by Jefferson. Carlson on the ball, sends it into the midfield. Now down the right wing, they're looking for Caleb Brink. Kevin Ortiz is going to get there first, and he's going to boot it out of play. Throw in taken quickly for Jefferson. 13 minutes to go in this first half of play. Trying to work into the box here for the Cavaliers. I believe that's Brink. He lays it inside. A big defensive effort made by Ty Bindi, though. Bindi was able to cut down that lane and steal the ball away. Dannenberg in the midfield now off the pass. Trying to get the ball back. He does get it back up to Anthony Alfonso. Ball taken away, pushed down the right wing to Lammers, and out of play. Looks like we're getting some substitutions for both teams. 2 players checking in for Yankton. Tony Guitron checking back in, as well as Amos Alonso. He's checking in for Simon Schultz. So it's Schultz and Alfonso checking out. It's Amos Alonso and Tony Guitron checking in. Throw in. Welcome to the game, Amos. You're taking the throw in, kid. He throws it in, taken away for a moment by the Cavaliers. Now back in possession of Yankton. Pedersen looked like Pacheco was starting to cut inside when Pedersen wanted to hit him on the run to the outside. Slight miscommunication means the ball goes out of play for a throw in for Jefferson. It's Vanderwater to throw. Vanderwater with the toss. Brought in by Dannenberg for a moment. So he was able to steal it away. Back at the feet of Vanderwater. Taken away Byron Jimenez. He's trying to stay on the ball. He comes down near the edge of the box. No whistle blows, and Cavaliers have the ball. For a moment, Dannenberg gets it back for Yankton. Guitron to Hansen to Dannenberg. Back heel, back to Guitron, left wing, trying to find some opening. He's got some men in the box, blocked away off the cross attempt and taken away by the Cavaliers. Good defensive effort on the far side of the field. I know Connor Henson's over there, as well as Eli Bloom. Back on the ball, the Cavs trying to push that right wing now. That's Brink giving chase. That one's going to roll too far out of play. Wind starting to pick up here even more in Sioux Falls. 10:50 and counting in this first half of play, still scoreless. Hieronymus pushes the ball through. Nobody's going to get there before Jackson Kronberg. Kronberg boots this one away. Looks like they're looking for Jack Pedersen, headed away by the Cavaliers. On it for a moment was Tate Carlson. Now Wagner. Trying to get a read on if that's 28 or 29 in the midfield. For Jefferson, ball picked up. There's a stoppage in the play as there's a foul called. That is number 29. It looks like Jackson Warnke, sophomore midfielder, checked in recently. Ball back in the field of play. Guitron has it. Now to Dannenberg. One touch pass from Dannenberg, trying to get it into the middle of the Sioux Falls Jefferson defense, but it's cleared away out of play. It will be a throw in here for Yankton. Looks like Pacheco is going to be the one to toss. It is, by the recent standards, a cold day here. Not going to complain about weather in the 60s. That one is cleared away again by Jefferson for another throw in. But when you are having 90-degree days just a week ago, definitely can be a little bit of a shock to the internal temperature. See players down the field wearing sleeves, long sleeves and gloves for both squads. Jimenez on the ball, takes a shot. That one's going to be scooped up easily. Haven't called Cardeloci's name in a while. Losi with another one. Booted downfield again. Cleared away by Bindi. Takes one bounce. Pedersen with the header. Gets it past the defender, Henson. Almost picked up, but the ball taken away by Guitron. He takes a shot, looking for the top right corner. Guitron just couldn't find the angle he wanted and sends it out of play for another goal kick. Give a shout out to the ball boys here. Don't have names or anything listed, but there's a lot of open areas around this field before it gets to the fence line. So that sometimes they got to make a trek to get that ball when it goes out of play. Booted away off the goal kick. Headed down by Bindi. Taken back by the Cavaliers for a moment. Dannenberg jumps a route. Trying to get in the passing lanes. Warnke was able to get there, send it through. It's going through on goal. Challenge made by Kronberg on the edge of the box, outside of the box. So he had to use his feet there. Boots it away. Pedersen was trying to bring it down in the midfield for a moment. Can't control it right now. The Cavaliers on it. Warnke falls to the turf, and they're going to say that Pacheco got in there a little too aggressive. He was trying to get a foot on the ball, didn't get any of the ball, got a lot of Warnke. Brought him down. Free kick to be taken here. Free kick sent back post from our position, headed up in the air. Dannenberg was trying to bring it down. Looked like Warnke there as well. Hieronymus on it. Covered closely by almost Alonso. Alonso gets there, pushes it out of play for a throw-in. Throw-in taken by the Cavaliers. On the edge of the box now. And that one gets put through. Nobody there to pick up the pass, and the Bucks are going to let it roll out the back of the end line for a goal kick. Do want to thank Aztec for making this helping make this broadcast possible. Aztec of Yankton was founded on innovation and a passion to help their customers. Right now, they're offering a healthy sign-on bonus with great wages and benefits. Build your career with the group that's built to connect from rock to road. Click careers at aztecindustries.com. Ball out of play again. Throw in to be taken by Pacheco for Yankton. Now he's going to give it up to Amos Alonso. Alonso tosses it in. Knocked away for a moment by Warnke. Picked up by a Cavalier in midfield. Boots it downfield. Headed down by Kevin Ortiz. Trying to get a boot to it was Dannenbring. Couldn't control it. Nellis Hansen the closest buck to it, but picked up by the Cavaliers. Henson boots it away from the defensive back line. Headed down by Dannenbring. He was looking for Guitron. Excuse me, that's Nellis Hansen. Ball pushed back through the middle of the field. Bindy's going to play it all the way back to Kronberg. Kronberg going to take one touch, settle himself, now send it back up to Kevin Ortiz. Ortiz gets around one defender, gives it to Dannenbring. Now to Cade Reifenrath down the left wing, back inside to Dannenbring. Dannenbring has options. He's sending it through the midfield. Started his run at a great time to Christian Pacheco, but the last line of defense, Kyler Lammers, knocked the ball away. Warnke on the ball in the midfield. Trying to get past some players. Hansen had it go off of him. Cavaliers took the ball for a moment. Hansen trying to clear it away, brought back down again. Ball pushed into the middle of the field. Kevin Ortiz, with a great defensive effort, knocks it away. But the whistle's going to blow. I believe they're going to give a free kick to the Cavaliers. No, they're going to give a free kick to Yankton here. Say the Cavs were the instigators of that. I believe Caleb Brink, sophomore forward, wearing the number 9, was the one closest to the ball. Just on the edge of their own box. Kevin Ortiz is going to send this one away. He's had some long-range free kicks here recently. That one was a little too far to try to go for goal. Got it a ways downfield, though, and Pedersen picks it up. Taken away for a moment by Tate Carlson. Cavaliers back on the ball. It's Caleb Brink. Started on the right wing. Now he's moved to the left side of the field. Him and Hieronymus have actually switched sides as Hieronymus, the number 11, down on the right side now. Ball going to him over the top. He's trying to run onto it. He's got Cade Reifenrath near him. Trying to make a cross near the edge of the box. Going Caleb Brink back post. Cleared away almost Alonso. And Alonso, another clearance for the young man for Yankton. Ball bouncing near the touch line. A lot of contact made. A whistle's going to blow. And Lance Dannenbring is going to be the perpetrator of that contact. He's going to be shown a yellow card as well, so he will have to leave the field here for a bit. See who comes in his place. Best guess would be Simon Schultz checking in here. I believe that might move Amos Alonso to the midfield. They're making another substitution, though, are the Bucks. Still got the orange mesh jersey on, so I couldn't quite tell who it was. Throws that to Pacheco. Christian Pacheco going to take a seat for a little bit, get a breather. That's Anthony Alfonso, I believe, checking back in. So Alfonso and Schultz check in. With that change, Schultz most likely will move back to his right wing back spot and then push Amos Alonso into the midfield. Very versatile player is Alonso. Off the free kick, that one's sent up. I think that hit off the goalpost there, considering what the angle was. of the uprights here, the football field goalposts. 4:17 and counting in this first half of play. We are knotted up at 0 apiece. Neither team wouldn't give way. Kronberg off the goal kick. Knocked down for a moment by Warnke. Jimenez picking it up. He's looking for options. Alfonso was there as well as Pedersen, but it's cleared away. Schultz brings it down. Gets it over to Almost Alonso. Tries to play it through to Nels Hansen. Tony Guitron there as well. Guitron plays it back to Reifenrath. Reifenrath over the top of a couple players to Jimenez. Byron Jimenez up to Jack Pedersen. Pedersen looking for options, trying to hit Alfonso down the right wing. He's able to keep the ball though. Cuts back inside. Pedersen trying to get his wheels on it. On the edge of the box, plays outside to Alfonso. One touch inside, trying to get around the defender. Blocked away. It's going to go over the end line for a corner kick. Great counterattack there employed by the Bucks. 3:22 and counting to go in this first half of play. We're going to have a corner kick for Yankton. Kevin Ortiz going to step up for it. Ortiz taking his time, getting to the corner. We're going to be under 3 minutes to go by the time he takes this corner. Never mind, takes it quickly once he gets there. Sending it back post, has some options. Simon Schultz gets his head on it. Not enough to direct it towards goal. Almost sent away. Hansen inside to Alfonso, back to Hansen. Hansen's going to take a shot on goal, blocked by a couple Cavalier defenders. This Cavaliers back line is showing why they're one of the stingiest defenses in the state of South Dakota, especially in Class AA. Ball sent all the way back to Jackson Kronberg for Yankton. He boots it downfield. Goes over the head of Nels Hansen and knocked away. Almost Alonso picks up a bouncing ball in the midfield for a moment, taken away by Tate Carlson. Knocked back away by Kevin Ortiz. Two teams switching possession a bit in the midfield. Cavaliers able to control it, and that was a miscommunication there. It went off the side of the head of Warnke. Looks like he's okay, but Yankton in possession of the ball. Jimenez cuts into the box, trying to find an opening. He's brought down in the box. No whistle blows, and it's cleared away. Jimenez wants a foul. He's not going to get one. That was a good challenge thrown in at just the right time for the Cavaliers. Didn't quite catch the number, but Sioux Falls Jefferson's defense once again stepping up big for them. Hansen in the midfield. Can't get the touch he wants to it, and it's taken away. Caleb Brink now down the left wing, moving right to left on your screen or listening device. 1:42 to go in this first half. Cutting back inside, running onto it, Tate Carlson. Pushing it down the right wing now to Hieronymus. Hieronymus looking for options. Tries to get around Reifenrath, does for a moment. Kevin Ortiz there as well. Ortiz trying to get the ball away. Battle for it, edge of the box. Whistle blows, and judging from the line judge's flag, Lino says it's going the other way, so it will be Yankton ball on the free kick. I believe he's saying that, judging from his actions over there, talking to Hieronymus on the far side of the field, saying he hooked him and brought him to the ground with him. That's why that foul was called. Free kick taken, but they weren't ready for it. There's a player down on a knee for the Cavaliers. That's going to stop the clock with the injury. The player that was down was Jackson Warnke. Took a pass off the side of his head that he was not expecting earlier on. Maybe just feeling the effects of that as he's going to go get checked out. Substitution being made in the midfield. Byron Jimenez checking out. Lance Dannenbring back in. Keep in mind, Dannenbring does have a yellow card in this one. Might tone down the aggression he plays with in midfield a little bit. Dannenbring does have a great mix of grace and aggression in the midfield that makes him very tough to stop, no matter who you are. Now maybe has to ease off on that gas pedal a little bit with the yellow card. Ball brought in by Sioux Falls Jefferson. We're under a minute to go now in this first half of play. Still scoreless, 0-0. Makes a turn on the right wing, does Hieronymus. Now he's trying to cut back inside. Cade Reifenrath there with him. Hieronymus still on the ball. Gets past one defender. Reifenrath able to pick up the pieces, though. Pushes into the midfield. Nels Hansen has two defenders on him, trying to win the ball. Dannenbring applying help. Almost Alonso with a foot to it. What would have been a hard shot for Sioux Falls Jefferson. I believe that was Caden Wagner. Ends up coming out and just dribbling towards Jackson Kronberg because of the contact made and the block made by Almost Alonso. Under 15 seconds to go now in this first half of play. Cavaliers push it out wide to the left from the defensive back line, sending it downfield. Ty Bendy back up into the midfield. 5 seconds remaining. It looks like we're not going to get a shot or attempt on goal as that ball is in the air as we end half number 1. Zeros on the scoreboards in the time and the score spots. 0-0 as we go into the halftime break for the South Dakota Class AA Boys State Soccer Tournament quarterfinal. The winner of this one moves on to the semifinals. The loser will end their 2023 season. Talk about this first half of play as well as a look ahead at half number 2 during your halftime huddle. Coming up here shortly on KYNTV, KYNT Plus. We'll be back in a couple minutes with that halftime huddle.
There are a lot of rates out there, and it can be tough to find the right one. Well, let's make it easy. With FNBO's special offer CD of 5.5% APY for 3, 7, or 17 months, you can earn more, save more, and do more. That's 5.5% annual percentage yield for 3, 7, or 17 months at your nearest FNBO location with a minimum deposit of $500 and an FNBO Premier checking account. So stop on by and give your savings a great big boost with the Great Big Small Bank. FNBO, member FDIC.
Hello. Here's to welcoming moments, big and small, embracing the unexpected, savoring life. At Avera, our nationally recognized health system will be right here with you, ready for anything. We listen to your goals and help you achieve them with care and coverage. We'll move you forward through sickness and health and every milestone in between. Avera, moving health forward. Learn more at avera.org/forward.
Football season is here, and you know what that means. Checkers is open every day of the week. That's right. You can get Checkers delicious wings daily and catch all of the football action. Every Monday night, enjoy $6 cheeseburgers and fries. So grab your friends, bring the family, and head on down to Checkers. Open every day of the week. Checkers Sports Bar and Grill on Walnut, just north of 4th Street in Yankton. For work or play, JJ Benji's has got you covered.
JJ Benji's can help your company or business with the right look for employees.
Logoed clothing for casual Fridays, new employees, or daily wear.
The latest styles and materials. Give your team the look you want.
Speaking of team, if you watch the Bucks, Gazelles, or Lancers play,
JJ Benji's is filled with a variety of gear in stock.
For fans from infants to grandparents.
JJ Benji's, 201 Pine Street, Yankton.
For work or play, let JJ Benji's make you look good.
Mount Marty University is hosting a fall open house Saturday, October 21st at 9 a.m. This is an opportunity for interested students and families to tour campus and have lunch. We will preview financial aid information like merit scholarships, when to apply, and what we look for in an application. This event is a great introduction to Mount Marty University for any current high school students or those looking to transfer. Attend the fall open house on October 21st. Register at mountmarty.edu/visit.
Introducing the perfect match for your Yankton High School sports nights. Ben's Brewing Downtown and KYNTV. Whether it's a hard spike, exciting goal, or the biggest Friday night matchup, we're here to amplify your spirits and bring the video streaming excitement to you. Gather your friends and family, tune into the action, and savor every moment with the area's biggest Yankton sports fans. Ben's Brewing Downtown is your sideline seat to unforgettable high school sports moments. If KYNTV is streaming it, it's on at Ben's Brewing Downtown.
Olson Pest Technicians is a family-owned business since 1966. And with over 50 years of pest management, they understand your issues, and their well-trained team will help you solve your pest problems. Issues with cockroaches, ants, bedbugs, bats, termites, spiders, rats, mice, or other creepy crawling pests? Give your home a fresh start and use the proven method of fumigation to take care of your pest problem. Olson's Pest Technicians will thoroughly get rid of pests so you can rest easy again. Call Olson Pest today, 800-KILL-BUG. That's 1-800-KILBUGS.
Welcome in here for your Avera halftime huddle on KYNTV as well as KYNT Plus. Thank a couple Sportscaster Club members as we come back here for the halftime show. Starting with Midwest Insurance Agency. See Travis and Whitney Devine at Midwest Insurance for your farm, home, and auto insurance needs. Call today to set up an appointment. One Office Solution, the one source for all your office products, including copiers, furniture, and office supplies. One Office Solution, located next to Pizza Ranch on Broadway in Yankton. And lastly, Graham Tire. If you notice issues with your vehicles, don't hesitate to call the service experts at Graham Tire. They do more than sell tires. Graham Tire of Yankton, your auto service and tire store next door. We're live from the Fairfield Inn broadcast booth, Yankton's newest and nicest hotel, now open and located at 21st and Broadway. Stat recap brought to you by Mayor Signs here on the Halftime Huddle. If it's time to review the look of your business's signage, let Mayor Signs help. They offer all types of signs, including lit, non-lit, digital, and much more. Contact Mayor Signs today on 4th and Broadway in Yankton. Not much to talk about in terms of goals. There's absolutely nothing to talk about in terms of goals. A lot of good chances for both teams, but the goalkeeping for both squads has been impressive so far, whether it's Jackson Kronberg in net for Yankton or Carlosi in net for Jefferson. The defensive backlines have been great as well. A lot of body blocks have been thrown before the ball can even get to the goalkeeper by both defensive back lines. Do want to give a shout out to, off the top of my head, the guys who have been doing it the most for both teams. Carter Henson has had a lot of good blocks on the back line for Jefferson, and Ty Bindi has been doing very well for Yankton in that center of the park in the defensive back lines. Take a look at something that Take a look back, at something from the pregame. Your key player of the game brought to you by Missouri River Associates. Their office strives to make sure you completely understand your policy and your options. Call them today for a free review. Your key player of the game today was Jackson Kronberg, the senior goalkeeper, because every goal is going to count. You're going to want to try to keep a clean sheet if possible. He has done a very good job of that in the first half with some help from his defensive back line, but when he has been called into action, Kronberg has been playing exceptionally. Let's go to your halftime key to victory, brought to you by Vision Care Associates. Yankton High School Sports is brought to you by Vision Care Associates, where the health of your eyes comes first. It's going to be capitalizing on those chances. There are 2, maybe 3 chances off the top of my head I really can think of in that first half. One hit the post on the right side of the goal. One just missing wide to the right on a shot from Nels Hansen. It's all about capitalizing on those opportunities if Yankton wants to take the lead in this and eventually potentially take a victory over Jefferson. It's been your Avera halftime huddle. Avera, moving health forward. Your first half was brought to you by First Dakota National Bank, the UPX store, Truxedo, and Yankton Medical Clinic. Before we go to a break, we want to thank a couple of our Sportscaster Club members, including the UPS store, offering packing and shipping plus printing services, mailboxes, and direct mail services, helping small businesses reach their goals in Yankton across from Walmart. Yankton Thrive. There's a thriving business economy in the Yankton area. Your one source and resource for all businesses from retail to manufacturing is Yankton Thrive. For more, go to yanktonsd.com. Northtown Automotive, your local Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC dealer. Visit northtownusa.com. And FloorTech. Whether your home or floor is wet, call FloorTech at 665-4839. Got to go to another break here on the halftime huddle. When we return, we will have your second half of action. We're just over 90 seconds from that, so we'll take a 60-second break here. KYNTV and KYNT Plus.
Shop Easy wishes all area student athletes the best of luck this sports season. Shop Easy offers everything you need for driving to the game. Hot and cold food and drinks, in-store specials, Cenex gas and diesel, and easy parking. Shop Easy is owned and operated by the Santee Sioux Nation and is open from 6 a.m. to 1 a.m. for your convenience. Make positive memories with your family and friends this school year, beginning with a stop at Shop Easy, just south of the Discovery Bridge on Highway 81, a proud supporter of all area students and athletes.
When you need to be sure, make it Sureco. For over 40 years, Sureco has been revolutionizing the tarping industry. From the original Sherlock side-to-side roll tarp from the 4500 series electric tarp to the ProTrap electric hoppers, Sherco has been exceeding the needs of farms and fleets across the U.S. and beyond. When only the best will do, give us a call at 1-800-474-8756 or find us online at Sherco.com. Make it Sherco.
Welcome back here live for the second half of action. KYNTV, KYNT Plus. It's the quarterfinals of the Class AA Boys Soccer State Tournament. Yankton to kick off half number 2. We are tied at 0 here at Jefferson High School. Dannenberg immediately pushing the ball downfield, trying to push the tempo for the Bucks. Guitron was there underneath of it. He's able to get it on the edge of the box, trying to get around his defender. He's guarded closely by Henson. Inside to Jimenez, trying to get it to Jack Pedersen. Pedersen has 3 Cavaliers on him, and eventually Jefferson wins that ball away and knocks it out of play. Throw in to be taken. Taken by Yankton. Schultz tosses it into the box, headed away. Dannenberg trying to head it back. 3 headers in a row between the two teams. Dannenberg almost had it fall to his feet, was trying to send it through on goal, blocked away by the Cavaliers, and they have the ball now in the midfield. Dannenberg trying to win it back, does for a moment. Hansen there as well, taken away. Jefferson on the ball. Hieronymus trying to push that right wing now. Caden Wagner. Giving chase is Kevin Ortiz. Wagner with a touch to the ball. Ortiz as well. That's near the end line. Didn't go out of play. Now they're going to say it did. The line judge said it just went over that end line. It'll be a goal kick for Jackson Kronberg. As we're here in your second half of action, your second half is brought to you by FNBO, First Chiropractic Centers, MT&RC Smith Insurance, and Vision Care Associates. In the second half, the Bucks moving right to left on your screen or listening device. Cavaliers moving left to right. Ball in the midfield. Looks like Pedersen got a little too handsy there, trying to get to a ball. Knocking a defender for Jefferson to the turf. Looks like that's Caden Wagner, and it will be a free kick for the Cavs. Free kick taken. Sent near the edge of the box, headed down by Ty Bindi, and that's going to go out of play. A throw in good position right now for Jefferson. Trying to get the first goal of the game on the board. 38 minutes to go in this second half. Off the throw in, headed away by Bindi again, but kept in the field of play. Shot taken on goal. Easy save for Jackson Kronberg as he gloves it in front of net. And Kronberg boots this one away. Dannenberg in the midfield. Now over to Guitron. Guitron trying to push it through as Jack Pedersen was making his run down the left wing. Ball was knocked away by the Cavaliers, but still in possession of the Bucks. Simon Schultz on it now. He's got a Cavalier behind him. Now trying to put pressure on the ball as a pair of Cavaliers, and they are going to get the ball back. That's Caleb Brink as well as Tate Carlson. Help take it away. Brink trying to work down the left wing, knocked out of play by Bindi. Throw in to be taken here by Jefferson again. Throw in, knocked up by Bindi. Headed down by Brink. Went off of Simon Schultz and into the feet of Nels Hansen. Hansen gets it to Dannenberg. Trying to get it upfield to Jack Pedersen. Taken away. That's Eli Bloom. Bloom gets it all the way through. Trying to keep it over the end line, but it is going to go over that end line for a goal kick for Jackson Kronberg. Hieronymus was giving chase. Just couldn't get there in time. Junior forward for this Cavalier team. So this is a defender as well, so he's got versatility down the flanks. Booted away by Kronberg from the goal kick. It's going to take one bounce, be brought in for a moment by Sioux Falls Jefferson and pushed out of play. Throw in to be taken by Yankton. Another throw in taken by the Bucks. Looked like a throw in. It was just thrown to Byron Jimenez. Now he will throw it in, trying to get it to Tony Guitron. Brings it down, cuts through inside. Nice pass to Pedersen. Better clearance by Lammers. We are in the second half of play here. 35:50 to go in this one. Yankton and Jefferson tied up in the state quarterfinals for boys soccer in Class AA. Throw in goes to Jimenez. Now trying to play it back out to Schultz. He keeps it in the field of play. Excuse me, that was Pedersen. Trying to get it back post. Christian Pacheco was there, headed away. Dannenbrink brings it down into Pedersen. One bounce, trying to get possession. Taken away by the Cavs for a moment. Now Guitron back inside, looking for Jimenez. Ball gets away from a Cavalier defender. Able to pick up the pieces, though, are Jefferson. Not out of the woods yet, though. Pacheco trying to get around his man on the right wing. He does. Cross into the box. Didn't get the curve on it. Went straighter. They're going to say it went off of a Jefferson player. That's going to be a corner kick awarded to Yankton. Kevin Ortiz is going to run up to take it. Coach Dannenbrink in the postgame of our last matchup said the numbers are like 4% on a success rate for corner kicks across the state. Higher for the Bucks, it seems. And Ortiz trying to make that even higher. Back post, looking for Simon Schultz, just gets past him. Tony Guitron able to bring it down. In a battle with Hieronymus. Plays it back to Nels. Hansen gets past and away from Hansen, though. Picked up by the Cavs. Now working out of the right wing. Hansen able to get it back, and it goes out of play. Throw in by Jimenez. Or by Hansen, excuse me, to Jimenez. Up to Guitron and out of play. Jimenez hit that one off the outside of his foot, it looked like. Curved back towards the center of the field. Pacheco was there for a moment. Ball gets back into him, off of Simon Schultz. Now back to Dannenbrink. Dannenbrink sending it through Pedersen. One touch off of Pedersen, up and into the gloves of Cardelosi. Booted downfield by the Cavalier keeper. Trying to work that left wing. Or Jefferson, but it was taken away by Simon Schultz. Popped up by Lammers. Trying to get there was Byron Jimenez. He's brought down. They're going to say Jimenez was the perpetrator on that one. I think it's because Bloom was already in the air trying to go up for that header when Jimenez backed into him. So even though it looked like he caught the brunt of it, he's the one that caused the contact. Ball back in the field of play. Bendy was going for a clearance. It hits off the chest of Caleb Brink and goes out of play. So it's actually going to be a throw-in for Yankton. Goes for just trying to clear it out of play to get the defense back and set. So now Yankton possession. Throw in taken. And it's taken away by the Cavaliers. Booted up and out of play near the Yankton bench. Another throw in taken by the Bucks. It's bouncing down that right flank. And it's picked up by Lammers. He plays it back to his goalkeeper. Cavaliers with possession. Trying to find an opening. They send it down to the right wing now. Trying to switch position. Ironos trying to keep it in the field of play. It does bounce once, twice in the field of play before going out. Cade Reifenrath able to pick it up quickly. Throws it in quickly as well to Kevin Ortiz. Ortiz sends this one away with the left boot. Popped up a couple times there by Wagner. Brought down by Jimenez. Jimenez trying to battle for the ball with Wagner, trying to get around him. He gets around him for a moment, and Wagner steps in and puts Jimenez on the turf. It's going to be a free kick for the Bucks. No cards shown, but definitely was an aggressive challenge. Now Kevin Ortiz. Don't blink when this kid's got a free kick. It's from a very difficult angle, about 34 yards out. He's going to try to hit it back post. He's going to whip it back post, looking for options. Simon Schultz is there, gets ahead to it. It's gloved by the keeper. And it's distributed quickly, trying to get it downfield. Ty Bendy's going to pick it up for the Bucks. He heads it up, looking for Dannenbrink. But Jefferson maintains possession. Left wing, Caleb Brink was the intended target, but it was knocked away by Simon Schultz. Trading possession in the midfield with 31:22 to go in this second half of play. Shot taken on goal. It's going right side. It's going to go just wide to the right for Jefferson. It was Mason Koch. Leads to a goal kick for Yankton. They get it down to Tony Guitron. Now back inside, Lance Dannenbrink. He's got some options. He leaves the ball behind for a moment as he took his eyes upfield. He was guarded closely by Griffin Gruce. And he has the ball now, Desgros. Trying to get it back as Dannenberg. He does steal it back with a good move. Now playing it upfield. No. Thought a whistle blew for a moment. It was just the ball was knocked away. Pedersen now with it for Yankton. To Bindi, the defenseman. Breaking down the right wing, trying to find some options in the box. Pacheco's there. It looks like the keeper's going to get there first. Good sliding effort made by Cardelossi. Sends that one downfield. Looking for Caleb Brink. Knocked inside by Simon Schultz. Cleared away by Kevin Ortiz. Bindi racing back to the defensive backline position. Nels Hansen kind of filled in for him in the defensive backline when Bindi started moving upfield. See if they make a shift now. Back to their original positions. Pass goes inside, through on goal, Mason Kosh. And that is going to be the first goal of the match, and it goes for the Jefferson Cavaliers with 30 minutes and 1 second remaining in this one. It's the first goal. Sioux Falls Jefferson leading 1-0 in the state quarterfinals. A ticket to the semifinals potentially on the line. We did have a score update. Of course, the winner of this match will face either Aberdeen Central or Sioux Falls Lincoln. That was 1-1 last check. 1-0 now. Jefferson leads Yankton. Yankton's got to answer now. Down 1. Fortunately for Yankton, there's no 2-point goal, so they can't force anything. Just focus on getting the first and then go from there. Reifenrath with it. Inside to Jimenez, back outside. He's looking for Tony Guitron. Guitron gets a move made around him by Bloom, who took the ball away. Now out to Dannenberg in the midfield as he takes it away the other way. Pedersen now back inside looking for Dannenberg. Passing lane cut off by Jefferson. Down the left wing, Caleb Brink trying to find some space. Simon Schultz not allowing him any, and the ball goes out of play. It'll be a throw in for Schultz. Throw in taken. Headed down by Jefferson, picked up by Hansen to Jack Pedersen. Pedersen was looking inside to Jimenez. Ball cleared away. Dannenberg brings it in. He's going to set it up over the top. Christian Pacheco there in the middle of that defensive back line, trying to bring it down. Good clearance by Connor Henson, excuse me. Lance Dannenberg back on the ball, and he is chopped down in the midfield. Free kick awarded to Yankton. Kevin Ortiz to take it. This is over 55 yards away from the net. Shockingly enough, Ortiz hit from almost this range on Tuesday. He's going to send this one short, though. Picked up in the box and be brought down, but no whistle blows. Jack Pedersen was on it. Ball cleared away by Jefferson. And it goes all the way back to Jackson Kronberg, who sends it back upfield. Tony Guitron on the ball. Back inside, Dannenberg. Dannenberg trying to get to Pedersen. Pedersen, a lot of contact made. Whistle's going to blow. Free kick going to be awarded to Yankton. Looks like Ty Bindy's going to be standing over it to take this free kick. 27:40 to go. Still plenty of time for Yankton. But they are down 1-0 to Sioux Falls Jefferson. Ball headed up off the free kick. Pacheco giving chase. Almost gets a boot to it. Gets away from the goalkeeper. Whistle's going to blow. They're going to say it was Pacheco that the foul is called on. So it's going to be a goal kick or a free kick from the goalkeeper. Sent away quickly. Brought in by coach. Simon Schultz threw in a challenge there. Went down to the turf, did take Carlson. That one's a bouncing ball all the way into the 18-yard box of Yankton, picked up by Jackson Kronberg. Tony Guitron on the ball, cuts inside on his right foot, looking for options, trying to get to Jack Pedersen. Pass is cut off. Now it's Hansen trying to bring it in. Pops it up once, now running onto it is Hansen, looking for some options. Ball taken away for a moment. Guitron picks it up. Left wing. Now he's pushing the tempo. Cross back inside. He's looking for Jack Pedersen. Ball taken away. Good defensive effort there made by Kyler Lammers. Yankton with the ball again in the midfield. Dannenberg trying to pull the strings. Goes out wide to the right. He's looking for Jack Pedersen if he can run onto it. And that is body blocked by a Jefferson player. Pedersen trying to get around him. Pushed out a play. It was off of Jefferson. It'll be a throw in for Pedersen and the Bucks. Taken quickly. Looking for Lance Dandenbrink. Gets past him. Goes to Christian Pacheco. Trying to get to Byron Jimenez. Tony Guitron now. And that is going to be not scooped up. Knocked away for a moment. And eventually able to scoop it up is Carter Losey. Well, off the chest of the keeper at first. He was able to eventually pick up the scraps on that play. And now pushing the tempo the other way are the Cavaliers. On the edge of the box, Schultz brings it down. Kevin Ortiz now on it. Sends it down the left wing. Looking for Guitron. Gets to him. Now inside to Jimenez. Back outside, Guitron. Cuts back, sending it in. Looking for Lance Dandenbrink. Picked up in the midfield. Cavaliers take it away. Tate Carlson on it. Carlson trying to work that left wing. Taken away. Simon Schultz sends it downfield to Jack Pedersen. Pedersen looking for options. Has the ball poked away from a moment. Goes between the legs of his defender. But the ball eventually does get taken away by the Cavs. Not before Simon Schultz can get it right back, though. Lance Dandenbrink in the midfield. Weighing his options. Looking for options. Now sending it downfield. Tony Guitron, left wing, edge of the box. Has a little bit of space. Something you don't want to give the freshman. Now he's trying to cut inside, and that's going to be taken away. Knocked out of play. A corner kick coming for the Yankton Bucks. Crucial corner here as they trail 1-0 with 24:55 to go. Excuse me, just a throw in. Throw in taken. Pacheco trying to get there. Has it taken away. Ball is going to be sent all the way back to Jackson Kronberg, who's going to scoop it up. Weigh his options now. Try to find an opening. He rolls it out to Ty Bindi. Bindi with under 25 to go. Trying to find Nels Hansen. Gets bounced back to Bindi. Gives it back to Hansen. That's picked up by Jefferson. That's Caleb Brink. Brink back to Gruce. Taken away. Byron Jimenez to Pacheco. To Lance Dandenbrink. Trying to make something happen. Dandenbrink, puts on the brakes. Now sends it back out. Now it's Hansen. Hansen gets around his defender after a good block was made for a moment. Hansen trying to get that ball back. It was stolen away. Great defensive effort by Caden Wagner. Throw in to be taken here for Jefferson. Taken quickly. Falls to Dandenbrink, who sends it downfield. He's looking for Tony Guitron. Ball popped up by Bloom. Guitron to Jimenez. To Pedersen. To Pacheco. Pacheco trying to make a move. Good block thrown in there. That was Joe Vanderwater, who sent that one up into the air, putting his body on the line to block that shot attempt from Pacheco. You can see the defensive effort from the Cavaliers, why they're one of the stingiest defenses in Class AA. Diving effort made by Kronberg. He was standing on his head for a moment. Ball still in possession of the Cavaliers. Great defensive effort by Kronberg in the defensive back line of the Bucks. Looked like he was breakdancing in the box for the time being. Another diving effort made by Kronberg. He was going to punch the ball. He takes down the attacker for Jefferson. Whistle blew on the play, and they're going to give a goal kick to Jackson Kronberg. Change being made for the Bucks and the Cavaliers. See Warnke checking back in. Took a ball off the side of the head earlier. Good to see him back on the field for Jefferson. And Anthony Alfonso also checking in for Yankton. He takes the place of Tony Guitron. So it's Alfonso on the left, Pedersen on the right, Pacheco up top. That's your front three for Yankton. 4-3-3 formation from the looks of it, with Jimenez, Hansen, and Dandenbrink in the midfield. Trying to get onto it was Cade Reifenrath, but it goes out of play. Throw in for the Cavaliers. 22 minutes. Just over 22 minutes to go in this one. Throw in to be taken here by Bloom. Sends it in. To Kutch. Great moves being made on that right side. Sends it near goal. Kronberg's just going to let it bounce out of play. No, they're going to say it went off of a Yankton player. That's why explains why Kronberg was going up trying to stop that one from going out of play. This is a dangerous area now. Corner kick opportunity for the Cavaliers. Corner kick taken by Jefferson. Looking back post. It's going to get past everybody. Good clearance made by Lance Dandenbrink. Trying to pick it up is Christian Pacheco, and he's going to take one long touch, try to run onto it. Trying to win a foot race is Pacheco. He's closed down on by Lammers. Back inside with a back heel, it looked like to Pedersen. Pushing it back outside to Pacheco. Knocked out of play. Throw in here for Yankton. They trail by 1. Just about 21 minutes remaining. Off the throw in, the ball goes to Dandenbrink, trying to push it back to Reifenrath. Taken away. Sent downfield by Jefferson. I believe everybody's just going to let that one roll. It's going to go over the touchline, so it'll be a throw in. Kevin Ortiz to throw. Change being made again. Tate Carlson just recently checked out of this game. Was relieved by Jackson Warnke. He's going to be back in. Warnke's still on the field as well. Off the throw in, Anthony Alfonso on it. Played up to Byron Jimenez. Trying to make a move, but left the ball behind for a moment and is taken away by the Cavs. Simon Schultz gets it back, though. Booting it downfield, and that one's going to roll out of play. Nobody was there to get it. Bloom to throw. Tosses it in. Working down that right touch line. Out of play. Nice touches by Hieronymus. Off the throw in. Yankton touches it and goes out of play. So it's a throw in for the Jefferson Cavaliers. Ball goes out of play again. It will remain Jefferson possession. Under 20 to go officially here from Jefferson High School. Throw in taken by Bloom. Reifenrath is trying to get there. Ball booted away out of play by Ortiz off the clearance. Throw in again for Jefferson. About 4 throw-ins in a row here as Wagner sends that one in to Hieronymus. Shifts it into the box, and Kronberg's able to scoop it up. Trying to find some options. He's distributing quickly downfield. Christian Pacheco's there about the midfield stripe. He brings it in with a touch. Trying to get around the defender, Lammers. Does for a moment. Ball gets away. Knocked away by the Cavaliers. Dandenbrink picks it up to Nels Hansen. Trying to work that right side of the field. Gets it out to Jack Pedersen. He's looking for options. Back inside to Hansen. Simon Schultz is up there as well. A lot of attackers being pushed forward. Cross from Schultz. Back post. Anthony Alfonso's there. Gets away from him. He tries to get it inside to Byron Jimenez. Jimenez took a forearm to the... Jimenez took a forearm to the back, but they're going to say it was against Jimenez as he put on the brakes. I believe they're going to say it's akin to maybe brake checking on the interstate. You're at fault for getting hit. It was heavy contact to the back of Jimenez. Off the free kick, Dandenbrink brings it down to Nels Hansen. Hansen gets around one defender, gets around a second to Pedersen, back into Hansen. Now pushing it outside. Pacheco trying to run onto it. Ball gets knocked out of play. It'll be a throw in for Yankton. Throw in taken quickly. Simon Schultz on it. Schultz trying to send that one in the box, but it goes off of Jack Pedersen. Jimenez trying to pick up the pieces of it. Taken away by Caleb Brink. Schultz there in coverage as well. Brink down the left wing. Brink slips up, and he's down on the turf. He's holding his right calf. You got to hope he just started cramping up there. It's not something you like to see. That's going to stop the clock as well. He is getting stretched out on the sideline, is Brink. Cramps never fun. It looks like we're going to get a slight break for the injury as both teams go back to talk to their coaches. We're going to take a quick one with them. Timeout's brought to you by one of Yankton's biggest and best employers. That's Hedro. When you're ready for a break and looking for a new direction, visit jobs.hedro.com. Quick 30 seconds and we'll be back here. KYNTV, KYNT+.
With life insurance, Rhonda Westland with State Farm's got you and your passions. You would do anything to protect your family and ensure that they have a bright future. But have you considered how your loved ones would continue on financially if you were no longer here? Life insurance is a simple and affordable way to answer that question. It allows you to say to your loved ones, I've got you, and mean it. For more information, visit Rhonda Westland with State Farm at 1023 West 9th Street in Yankton.
Back underway here from Jefferson High School. Ball in possession of the Cavaliers, goes into the box for the Cavs, trying to formulate an attack, add to their 1-goal lead. Yankton trails Jefferson 1-0. Just over 17 minutes to go in this contest. Ball booted away downfield. Bindi with a bit of a clearance. Reifenrath trying to get onto it. He does, cuts back inside, right foot, sends it downfield. Pacheco running onto it. Connor Henson there as well, and Henson clears it away. Anthony Alfonso boots it up and over a couple defenders, trying to keep it in the field of play. He does for a moment. Touch going outside, now plays it back to Dannenbring. Dannenbring looking for options. Hieronymus, able to take the ball away from Lance Dannenbring. And now he's on a run down the right wing on the overlap, cutting inside the box, trying to find an option. Crossing, back post, touched for a moment by Kronberg, and it gets past the far side. They had a player back post, did Sioux Falls Jefferson. Another shot taken from outside the box, but that's a save for Kronberg. Game remains 1-0 after a tense moment for the Bucks defense. Yankton trailing Sioux Falls Jefferson. Ball getting pushed through the midfield for the Cavaliers. They're going to send it into the box, and nobody's going to run after it. It's going to roll out of play for a goal kick for Kronberg. Substitution being made for Yankton. Looks like Nels Hansen checking out. Amos Alonso checking in. He joins Byron Jimenez and Lance Dannenbring in the midfield. Booted away by Kronberg. He's looking for Anthony Alfonso. Ball knocked away, headed away. Out of play off of Tate Carlson. Throw in taken quickly. Carlson almost got there again. Dannenbring gets the first touch to it. Trying to send it over to Jack Pedersen. Byron Jimenez there as well, but it's in possession of Caden Wagner. Plays it back. Now booted downfield for the Cavs. That's going to roll the way to Jackson Kronberg. Just a touch over 15 to go in this one. Clock is ticking. Not only in this game for the Bucks, but the Bucks season. Stolen away by Kevin Ortiz. Trying to keep possession, though. Didn't take the touch he wanted off of the tackle. Great moves here for the Cavs. Trying to keep the ball in their possession are Jefferson. Ball sent towards goal. It looks like it went off the head of Hieronymus. But it is scooped and saved by Jackson Kronberg. 1-0. The Cavaliers leading the Bucks in this state playoff quarterfinal matchup. A spot in the semifinals on Tuesday night is on the line. Throw in taken, knocked out of play by the Cavs. Gonna be another throw in for Cade Reifenrath and the Bucks. Reifenrath throws it in, trying to get Anthony Alfonso. Gets around the defender, and a whistle blows, and they're going to say it was against Alfonso. So he grabbed and ripped around on the player he was getting around. I believe that was Bloom. Free kick to be taken. Sent deep downfield. Almost Alonso. It looks like he was going to get there first. Gets just past him, so now Simon Schultz picks it up. Was a Cavaliers free kick, but Yankton able to take possession off of it. Alonso inside, looking for Byron Jimenez. Jimenez makes the turn. Now up to Pacheco. Now Jimenez again. Plays it through. Jack Pedersen Simon Schultz trying to get there, but it's knocked away. Simon Schultz down the right wing from his defensive wingback spot on the right side. You can hear the Yankton fans below us here in the Fairfield Inn broadcast booth cheering on their Yankton Bucks. 13 minutes, just over that to go. They trail by 1 to Yankton. Big corner kick coming. Anthony Alfonso checking out. Looks like Tony Guitron checking back in. He's going to join Simon Schultz, Lance Dannenbring, Christian Pacheco, and Byron Jimenez in the box. Cross taken from the corner, trying to rise up on it. Ball gets knocked away and into the gloves of Carter Losi. That was a crucial save there. I don't even think it went off of a Yankton player. I think it was a Cavalier that knocked it back towards the goalkeeper by mistake. Good save made. Dannenbring trying to bring the ball in after a pass from Ortiz. Has it taken away for a moment. Dannenbring trying to stay controlled in the midfield. Cut the passing lanes. Hieronymus on it. Takes a touch, turns back around, gives it back to Bloom. Bloom. Right inside of Gross. Closest defender is Byron Jimenez. He sends it out to the right wing. Hieronymus back inside on the one touch. Kevin Ortiz takes the ball away. He's taken down by Tate Carlson. Free kick given to the Bucks. It's going to be Kevin Ortiz to take it. Ortiz sends this one away. Headed up in the air by Wagner. Jimenez trying to bring it in. Picked up by Tate Carlson. He sends it downfield, headed away by Ty Bindi. Goes to Kevin Ortiz, trying to get it up to Lance Dannenbring off the head of a Cavaliers player. That was Carlson in the midfield. Dannenbring's able to bring it in, pass through, trying to get it to Pacheco, gets just past him. He's trying to run onto it, but it's picked up by a Cavaliers defender on the far side of the field. That was Vanderwater. Throw in taken by Yankton if the ball went out of play off the Cavs. Jack Pedersen trying to get to it, trying to cross it into the box. It's pushed out of play. It will be a throw in here for Yankton. Pedersen to throw. Just over 11 minutes left. Throw in goes to Jimenez, cleared away. Doesn't get past Simon Schultz though. Schultz weighing his options. Try to send this one in the box, but another good defensive effort made by the Cavaliers. Yankton committing a lot of players forward, while the Cavs are keeping a lot of players back. So it's a congested area in that final third for the Yankton attack. Ball goes out of play. It'll be a throw in for the Cavaliers. Throw in taken. Picked up in the midfield by Gross. Knocked downfield. Cade Reifenrath giving chase. We'll see if he picks it up or lets it go out of play. He will keep it in the field of play. Oh, it just went over the touchline as he was trying to keep it in. Still time on the board for Yankton. But it has been about 70, scoreless minutes of action for the Bucks. So we're just around 10 to go. Kevin Ortiz gets the ball back deep in his own half, keeps it from going over the end line. Hieronymus picks it up, cross, headed away by Bindi. Picked up by Byron Jimenez, trying to push it outside. Taken away. Dannenbring rises up, trying to get that one knocked down for Yankton, but it pushes it out of play for a throw in for the Cavaliers. We're getting another substitution being made for both teams. Caleb Brink, who checked out of the game earlier on, had a cramp, it looked like. He got stretched out and worked out. Byron Jimenez checking out for Nels Hansen. Hansen joins Amos Alonso and in the midfield with Lance Dannenbring. On that right wing, Reifenrath battling for the ball with Hieronymus. Appealing to the line judge, but they're going to say out on Reifenrath. Throw in to be taken here by Bloom. We're under 10 minutes to go. Actually, about 9:15 to go. Still working deep in this corner on the right side. Dannenbring takes it away. Guitron plays it back to Hansen, trying to get around a defender. That's going to go off the hand of a Cavaliers defender. Ortiz looking to take the free kick quickly. Ortiz sends this one downfield, trying to find options. Pacheco getting underneath of it. Takes one bounce off the head of Pacheco. Guitron was there for a moment, but Bloom knocks it away. I'll get back to Dannenbring. Headed across, almost Alonso. One touch from Alonso. Trying to get it back to Dannenbring, gets past everybody. And Hieronymus for Sioux Falls Jefferson is just going to let that one roll out of play. Throw in to be taken by Bloom. Bloom with the throw. Taken away by Dannenbring off of the throw-in. Plays it inside to Hansen. Hansen looking for Pedersen. The Bucks desperately trying to tie this thing up at 1 with 8 minutes and counting to go. Just over 8 minutes. Dannenbring now on the ball in the midfield. Cuts inside, has two defenders on him. Trying to work around in a phone booth. He's brought down to the turf. I think they're going to call it the turf monster that got him, not any players. Now Reifenrath. Back to Dannenbring though. Playing it through. A couple different players were there, but it is cleared away by the Cavaliers. The Bucks working piece by piece down the field, and it feels like all their progress was just knocked back off that clearance. We're under 8 minutes to go in this one. Reifenrath trying to cut in, trying to tie this game up as a player goes down. They're going to say Reifenrath was the one who brought him down. It was Hieronymus. Free kick to be taken by the Cavaliers. Potentially dangerous set piece here. Another goal for the Cavs. Would be crucial for their chance, and that one is crossed towards net, and that goes over the goal and out of play. We're under 7 minutes to go now as Kronberg sets the ball on his line. Goal kick for the Bucks to be taken. Kronberg sends it downfield. Byron Jimenez checking in. Just the starting 11 on the field for Yankton. Ball taken away in the midfield by Hieronymus. Now trying to push it down the left wing. Simon Schultz able to get there. No, Ty Bindi gets there first. Ball pushed out of play off of a Cavalier. So it'll be a throw in for Yankton. Schultz wasting no time. Nels Hansen. We're under 7 to go. 6:30. Byron Jimenez trying to push it down the middle of the field. Pedersen's there. Cleared away out of play by the Cavaliers. Another throw in to be taken by Yankton. Ball bouncing a couple times back towards the Yankton goal. Kronberg able to pick it up. Officially under 6 minutes to go. We're officially getting down to time where you make the right play, they're writing stories about you. This is where standouts become legends and heroes are made. That was cleared out of play. Head coach Dave Dannenbrink for the Yankton Bucks actually caught that one off the clearance. Rolls it back to Simon Schultz for the throw-in. Headed down by the Cavaliers off the throw. 5:30 to go. Clock ticking on the Bucks game and the Bucks season. Trying to race onto it is Lance Dannenbrink. He keeps it in the field of play. Dannenbrink looking for options. Plays it to Jimenez. Jimenez puts the brakes on. Plays it back to Dannenbrink. Dannenbrink sends it far side. Trying to find Christian Pacheco. Couldn't get there. But able to keep possession of the Bucks. Guitron on it. He's going to take a shot, but it's going to leave low and wide to the right. Goal kick to be taken here. Losi's going to take his time on this one as well. Finally sending this one away. Popped up for a moment. Trying to bring it in, Tony Guitron. It's taken away, knocked out of play. They're going to say yanked in possession. Throw in taken quickly by Simon Schultz. We're at 4:30. Ball taken back away by the Cavaliers in the midfield. That's gross. Warnke on the far side. Playing it back to Vanderwater. That's going to go all the way out of play. Be a throw in here for the Bucks. Just over 4 to play. Headed up by Reifenrath. He's trying to keep it in possession for Yankton. That one's going to go out of play. It's going to be possession Cavaliers. Change being made for the Cavs. Throw in for Bloom here for Jefferson. Brought in by Carlson. Bucks trying to take it away. Carlson trying to hold on possession. Dannenbrink with it now. He's sending this one downfield, letting one of his teammates run onto it, but that one's going to roll all the way and be played back to Carlosi. Picked up, Dannenbrink with the header in the midfield. Trying to get it up to Jack Pedersen. Trying to bring it down. Player for Jefferson went down hard. That was Lammers. Looks like he's popped back up okay. Nels Hansen takes the ball back for Yankton. Booted away by Jackson Kronberg. Under 3:30 to go. Yankton needs a goal. Pacheco to Pedersen. Outside to Byron Jimenez. They got trying to find some numbers. Cross back post. Tony Guitron trying to run onto it. He's going to pick it up outside of the box. Another potential attacking opportunity. Sliding effort made. Good, very good defensive effort made. I believe that was Lammers again. It's going to be a throw in a dangerous area for Yankton. 3 minutes to go. Throw in taken. Picked up by Schultz. He's trying to cross it in. Scooped up by Losi. Losi's going to take his time before sending this one out. The Jefferson defense, lauded as one of the best in the class for a reason, averaging under a goal allowed per match. And if they keep it under a goal allowed per match, they stop the clock there. They're going to say it was a bit of time wasting as the ball was kicked away by a Jefferson player, so they stopped the clock. Heads up play by the officials. Lost some substitutions to be made while we're waiting. Throw in taken. Trying to get it down that far wing for Simon Schultz. Booted out of play. We're going to have another throw in about the same spot. Schultz to toss it again. Gets it in. Looking for Lance Dannenbring. Taken away by the Cavaliers, but Nels Hansen in the passing lane. Takes it away for a moment. Now Byron Jimenez trying to get out wide left wing. Christian Pacheco trying to run onto it before it goes out of play. He will stop it from going out of play. Now trying to make something work. Pacheco, the sophomore, cross into the box. Looking for options. That was headed back towards goal, I believe, by a Jefferson player. And Carter Losi with a diving save to be made. This one's sent into the stratosphere, brought down by Kevin Ortiz. Picked up by Tate Carlson. 1 or 2 minutes to go. Bindi, the senior, trying to run onto the ball. It's going to go out of play for a throw-in. Clock does stop here. Referee coming over saying the clock should have stopped sooner. So 1:38 will be put on the clock. Bloom to throw it in here. $1:38 on the clock. And throw in from Bloom. Trying to go Hieronymus. Out of play. Another bit of time wasting by Jefferson. The yellow card's going to be shown to Hieronymus, who kicked the ball away after it went out of play. Clock stops as well. So clock will start again on the official's whistle. And with that, Hieronymus has to check out of the game with the yellow card as well. Throw in taken quickly goes to Byron Jimenez, looking for options. Sends this one into the midfield. No, that's still down the left wing. Pacheco trying to send it back into the midfield. Popped up by Bloom. Pacheco up and over a defender. Byron Jimenez sends it through. Pedersen trying to run onto it. Henson back as well as Lammers. Lammers sends it up into the air. That's near the touchline. It's going to be almost put out of play. The right spin was put on it by Bloom. We're at 1:10 to go and counting as the ball is pushed out of bounds. It'll be a throw in for Jefferson. Another stoppage in time as another substitutions being made for the Cavaliers. Hieronymus immediately checking back into the game after being forced to step out for a moment for the yellow card. Throw in taken deep into the box for the Cavaliers. Trying to keep possession near their own half, pushed back to Bloom. Kronberg giving chase. He gives up and gloves it. It will be Kronberg sending it downfield now for Yankton, trying to start the attack. We are under 60 seconds to go. Dannenbring, a little bit of desperation on the faces of the Bucks. They're trying to get downfield. Dannenbring goes to the ground, has the ball taken away. And now it's Jefferson trying to make something happen in the box. Maybe one more goal for the Cavaliers would seal it. Ortiz to Nels Hansen. Byron Jimenez slips as he's trying to kick it. We're under 30 seconds to go. Cade Reifenrath with it. Reifenrath into the midfield at Dannenbring. And Reifenrath is brought down hard, and the time is going to be called as well as the clock stops on that hard challenge. A yellow card is going to be shown as well to Tate Carlson. 20 seconds left for the Bucks. The Yankton fans who made the trip rise to their feet. From the other side of the 50, Kevin Ortiz waiting for the free kick. Everybody running down for Yankton. Kronberg trying to send it through. No, they're going to say the whistle hadn't blown yet. Ortiz will wait for the whistle. They're sending Kronberg up as well. They're sending everybody forward for the Bucks. The goalkeeper, Kronberg, has left his net. Ortiz looking for options. He's sending this one into the heart of the defense. Bindi got a touch to it. Taken away for a moment. Kronberg giving chase. That one's cleared back. We're at 10 seconds to go. Kronberg trying to get to the ball. The ball pushed to the far side of the field, and it looks like Jefferson is going to survive a late surge from the Bucks. Effort made in net by Kevin Ortiz. It's going to save a goal, but it's going to be the end of the game and the end of the season for the Yankton Bucks. 1-0 in the state quarterfinals. Great effort shown by both teams. It was one goal that ended up being the difference, and the Cavaliers move on despite the best effort of the Yankton Bucks. Great season for the Bucks ends in the state quarterfinals of the Class AA tournament. See some of the Bucks there walking off the field emotional. Last game of the season, not how they wanted it to end, especially for this senior class. We're going to take a break here as we go to the Yankton Rexall post-game wrap. We're going to be back in a couple minutes on KYNTV, KYNT Plus. Talk about this game, break it down, and also talk about this Bucks season. Hopefully we can hear from head coach Dave Dannenbring as well before we head out. From Sioux Falls Jefferson, I'm Brayden Butler. We'll be back in a couple minutes.
Larry's is more than heating and cooling. This is Miles. Let's start with fireplaces. Our showroom in Yankton is the largest and has many different styles of gas fireplaces. Next is duct cleaning. You'll be amazed at how much dust and dirt we pull out of your ducts. That leads into indoor air quality. With high-tech UV lighting, your indoor air will be the cleanest it can be. Or with a humidifier, we can control your entire home's humidity. While we're the best around for heating and cooling, we're pretty great at some other things too. Larry's Heating and Cooling, Yankton and Vermilion.
This sports season, keep your athlete hydrated with sparkling ice. Choose from a rainbow of colors and flavors, each sourced from nature with vitamins, antioxidants, and zero sugar. Sparkling ice. Tease your taste buds with tropical flavor. And rehydrate with Prime Hydration. The perfect combination of flavor and function, changing how you refresh, replenish, and refuel. With 5 awesome flavors and no added sugar, you're getting the taste you want without anything you don't. Prime Hydration, the perfect boost for every endeavor.
I'm Colby Cookta, one of your Yankton Edward Jones financial advisors. We're all about financial investments, but we also value the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. That's why I'm a proud sponsor of the Yankton Bucks and Gazelles on KYNT. Call 605-665-4567 or visit edwardjones.com for all your investment needs. I'm Colby Cookta, financial advisor Edward Jones Yankton, member SIPC.
At Elwood Family Dental Care, we treat our patients like family.
We have an experienced and extremely caring dental team. We take the time to make sure you understand your oral health and answer any questions you have about your dental treatments.
With an office located in the heart of Yankton at 1818 Broadway, we're centrally located for all patients in the area.
Whether you need fillings, crowns, or bridges, just a teeth cleaning, or even Botox.
Contact Elwood Family Dental Care today.
Hey Yankton, are you a handy person? Are you looking to get down and dirty? With full-time benefits and great pay. This is Barrick from Hedro Maintenance. Come join our maintenance team, where every day is something new, from electrical all the way to hydraulics. We need your hands-on experience and mechanical knowledge. Where no day is like the next, Hedro Maintenance is waiting for you. At Hedro, you'll be part of a bigger story, a story shaped by you. Apply today at jobs.hedro.com. That's jobs.hedro.com. Search Yankton.
Do you really think it's a good idea to buy insurance off the internet? After all, it is insurance. It's not a commodity like a toaster. It's a contract to protect what you value most. Your home, your car, your business, your health, and even your life. You need a professional, in-person agent to make sure you have the right coverage to fit your family's needs. Schedule an appointment with us today. Missouri River Associates, 665-6885.
Attention homeowners, if you've been on the fence about selling, I'd love the opportunity to sit and visit with you. With low inventory, now would be a good time to call me, Deb Speck at Vision Real Estate. I'll provide you with a free market analysis and a no-pressure approach. Call me at 605-664-5555 to find out if now is the right time to make a move.
Welcome back in here on the Yankton Rexall post-game wrap here on KYNTV as well as KYNT+. The Yankton Bucks soccer season comes to an end today at the hands of the Sioux Falls Jefferson Cavaliers. Tough pill to swallow for the Bucks. A very good season for them, and one goal was the difference. 1-0 in this one. As the Jefferson Cavaliers move on to the semifinals, they will take on either Aberdeen Central or Sioux Falls Lincoln. As I check to see if there is a final from that game posted yet, there has not been. So we will see how that one turns out. Jefferson victorious over the Bucks. They move on while the season comes to the end for Yankton. This year, Yankton Rexall post-game wrap. Yankton Rexall, your hometown pharmacy since 1923. We're here in the Fairfield Inn broadcast booth. Yankton's newest and nicest hotel is open and located at 21st and Broadway. Already started a little bit looking at the Aberdeen Central Sioux Falls Lincoln game with no final posted yet. We will go to your out-of-town scoreboard, brought to you by Upper Midwest Garage Door, specializing in the sales, installation, and service of residential and commercial garage doors and openers throughout eastern South Dakota. Upper Midwest Garage Door is your local authorized Clopay dealer. Outside of this one, 1-0 in favor of Sioux Falls Jefferson. We do have one other final from the quarterfinal round of the state tournament, as O'Gorman defeated Sturgis Brown 4-0. Sioux Falls Lincoln and Aberdeen Central, haven't had an update from them since halftime of our game, but it was 1-1. So as soon as we have a final, hopefully we can get that to you. Spearfish and Rapid City Stevens, we won't have a final tonight unless we are doing, let me check my notes real quick, a 4, maybe 5, it'd be 6-hour post game. It's not starting till 8 o'clock Central Time tonight. They play Rapid City Stevens, does Spearfish. Hosting that are the Spearfish Spartans. That will start 7 p.m. Mountain Time, 8 p.m. our time. We will not have a result of that, most likely until the morning. Let's go to your stat recap, brought to you by Mayor Signs. If it's time to review the look of your business's signage, let Mayor Signs help. They offer all types of signs, including lit, non-lit, digital, and much more. Contact Mayor Signs today on 4th and Broadway in Yankton. Only one goal to speak about today for either team. That was scored by Jefferson. Their senior forward, Mason Koch. He was able to put one in the back of the net late on, got a run, got just around a couple of defenders for Yankton, and was able to slot it home. And that ended up being the difference maker in this one as the Cavaliers win 1-0. Looking at your goalie save stat, brought to you by Sherco. We need to be sure, make it Sherco. Jackson Kronberg had a sensational day in net. Multiple saves being made. He's going to think about the one that got past him, as are the rest of these Bucks. It's just unfortunately what happens after a loss. But you got to focus on what you did very well, and this was a great defensive effort by the Bucks, led by Kronberg in net and the defensive back line in front of him. He was sensational all day long. And his saves are brought to you by Sherco. Let's go to your offensive and defensive players of the game. Defensive player of the game will start, brought to you by Olson's Pest Technicians. Your residential commercial pest control solutions. Call 1-800-KIL-BUGS. Trying to think about who deserves it, and honestly, I'm thinking about one man. That's the senior in the defensive back line, Ty Bendy, through a lot of key blocks, was able to win the ball back a lot, get possession of the defensive back line and in the midfield. It was a great day for Bendy. Not how he wanted his Bucks career to end for the senior, but definitely a great showing out on the field. Didn't end the way he wanted it, but he left it all out there. Ty Bendy, your defensive player of the game. Offensive player of the game brought to you by Highview. There's a helpful smile in every aisle. Thinking about another senior captain potentially in the midfield with Lance Dannenbring, and that's exactly where I'm going to go. He has a great mix, talked about it earlier on, of grace and aggression in the midfield. He knows when to push that gas pedal down and go after the ball, and he's very confident when he's on the ball with it at his feet. And he was pulling the strings in the midfield today. Couldn't put the finishing touches on it, could Yankton. But Dannenbring once again showing why he is a crucial part of the midfield for this Yankton Bucks team. Another player that's going to be missed as he is a senior captain. Give a shout out to the third senior captain since we've already named the other two today. Simon Schultz. He's been a great at right wing back. We talked about with Coach Dannenbring in the post game on Tuesday. He picked up an injury late in that Brookings matchup, rolled his ankle, was taken out of the rest of that matchup. It was tough for him throughout the day, and He had himself a great season from his right wingback spot, scoring goals from the defensive back line as well. I'll give a shout out to him. Those 3 senior captains, they'll be missed for this Yankton team. As well, some other seniors. Patrick Gurney is senior. Walter Ortiz-Alonzo is senior. Bennett Shade, Jackson Kronberg as well in net. The senior class for Yankton has been to the mountaintop. They were sophomores when the team won a state title in 2021. They were trying to get back this year. They fall just short. We go to your post-game coach interview brought to you by Rhonda Westland State Farm. Let Rhonda review your current home, auto, or life insurance to see if she can help you save some money. That's Rhonda Westland State Farm. We welcome in head coach Dave Dannenbring. Coach Dannenbring, not the result you wanted out here. Your season comes to an end in a quarterfinal matchup, but your team fought hard to the very end, ending 1-0 in favor of Jefferson. What can you say about your guys and how they left it on the field?
Well, really proud of them on working hard. I mean, we were starting to get tired, which, that's a sign that your boys are giving it their all. I told them going into the game that unfortunately we're the 5 seed and they're the 4 seed, which makes it so evenly matched. And I told them all it's going to take is one team's going to make one big play, and hopefully that's us. Well, they made one big play. We had a couple of great opportunities the first 15 minutes of the game that we put so much pressure on them. They didn't get it into their attacking third until there was 6 minutes and 33 seconds gone. So great job by our boys. I also told them, I've told them for years that there's 2 things in life that are really good, sports and love. And they're both going to make you smile, and they're both going to break your heart at some point. And today was one of those heartbreak days where you give it your all and you get so close and you're just about ready to go and score a goal. And, even at the end there, we just had a couple of just so close, just a couple inches the other way, and it goes in, and then it's a whole different game. And so, like you asked at the beginning, how proud am I of them? What can I say about them? Gal, just a great group of boys. It's been a fun team to coach. My anxiety today was I don't want it to be over, which I love going to practice. I love how they are as a team. There's a lot of teams that don't just get along, and they seem to all get along, and so that's a lot of fun. We knew it was going to be a long, a tough road through the playoffs. We've got some great players. We don't have a lot of depth, so when we start to get tired, some of the touch falls off, but Jefferson had just a couple more players that could just keep up the pace, and boy, the second half they really came out and did it. They've got a really good player in Mason Cook, and we knew that he was going to be tough, and I told him after the game that I was surprised that he didn't take over in the first half. That lucky for us, he just kind of sat back, and then the second half he was a handful, which that's how one player can change the game, and he definitely got that spark for them. But great job by our boys. Hate to see it end for the seniors, but it has for every class before then, and that's how sports go. And the great part, man, the fans here. I think we had more fans than they did, which our boys were across the field on the sidelines and just said, I think we have more fans than their home team here. So great fan support. Just so many people that really don't have kids in it. It's not like it's their grandson or anything. Just fans that came up to watch, and they saw a great game. There was some really good soccer played, and there were some great plays by both teams. And so I hate to end, but we're going to have to regroup. The sun's going to come up tomorrow, and we go about and try to be good people and learn from what we took from this season and move on.
I know you kind of alluded to him. This wasn't how you wanted this to be how the senior class ends, and unfortunately for every senior class, it eventually does come to an end. This one in the quarterfinals. Obviously, you got your 3 captains that are out there on the field that have been leading the charge all year with Ty Bindy, Simon Schultz, and Lance Dannenbring. But it's not just them. Jackson Kronberg in net had a very, very good season despite an injury early on. And then you had those depth guys off the bench as well who really were able to provide key throughout the season that are also ending their career here. So what can you say about this class of seniors, just the young men that they are, and what the future you think will hold for them?
Well, like I've said, they're just fun to be around. Walter Ortiz is just such a nice kid. Simon Scholes, he's worked for me in the summertime for a couple of years, so I get to know him pretty well, and he's just grown up and matured and become a good leader. You know, we talked about Ty Bindi before on 5 years as a starter, and you know, just a quality kid. Bennett Shade is just so smart, fun to talk to. Jackson Kronberg, I've mentioned before that he's just he's matured too. You know, last year I don't think we had a lot of confidence in him, and we had some heart-to-hearts, and he worked in the off season and just grew up, and we had a lot of confidence having him back there. And so, you know, that's just been good. Patrick Gurney is another senior that he didn't see a lot of field time, but more than we had anticipated. He's a scrapper. We just said, you go in there and wreak havoc on people and run around and turn the ball over. And so he's done a good job all season. So yeah, it's nice to have those 7 guys out there, and they were good leaders, and they controlled the locker room. We had that talk at the beginning of the season that somebody controls the locker room, and their attitude controls the locker room. And the seniors took it upon themselves to have a positive attitude with all the younger guys, and then they controlled that throughout the whole season. And so that's been really fun. You know, we've been to a lot of restaurants. We're gonna go eat steak and lobster at the Outback right now, and they started that at the beginning of the year of this is how we're gonna act, this is what we're gonna do. And so can't say enough about those seniors, and happy for the rest of their life, and hopefully they can take something out of this soccer program and what we did here and be better people.
You know, Coach, this was when I got in the truck this morning to come up here to Sioux Falls. This wasn't the conversation I wanted to have with you at all. It's been a great season for you. I congratulate you and your team on advancing to this stage, the quarterfinals. Team that you mentioned all year was trying to get back to where they were 2 years ago, and it looks like coming up just short, but they left it all out there on the field, and it looks like it was one of those things where a couple things go a different way. We could be having a completely different conversation right now. So I thank you for talking to us throughout the season about everything. If there's any final thoughts you have on this Bucks season.
No, I just thank you guys again, and you know, now the young guys have a challenge. They need to go out and do what it takes in the off season to have a better first touch and get stronger and in better shape so that they can come out here and fill those voids that our team's going to have next year when those seniors are gone. So once again, just a great group of guys, and it's been a good season, and look forward to next year.
All right, thank you as always, Coach Dave Dannenbring. All right. Here on the Yankton Rexall post-game wrap. That post-game coach interview brought to you by Rhonda Westland, State Farm. We're going to take another quick break here on the Yankton Rexall post-game report, and when we come back, we will wrap things up from Jefferson High School. Back in a little bit.
Exciting news, Yankton area. Amazon Delivery is hiring. Amazon Delivery is searching for drivers to deliver packages in the Yankton area. You must be 18 years or older with a valid driver's license and pass an Amazon background check. Work for a company with competitive pay, flexible scheduling, and job security. If you are interested in becoming an Amazon Delivery driver, please contact Yankton Computer at 605-664-2222 to find out more and to fill out an application today.
Enjoy some Yankton hospitality at the Fairfield Inn & Suites or the Holiday Inn Express. As the newest hotel in Yankton, the Fairfield offers you a comfortable, relaxing stay in modern rooms. For business travelers, Fairfield is the perfect place to rest after a long day of work or use their meeting room for small meetings. The Holiday Inn Express features large family rooms, hot breakfast, and free happy hour. To get a great rate and flexible reservation changes for either hotel, call the Fairfield or Holiday Inn Express direct.
Get it cleaned with Buell's.
Dress shirts, suits, dresses, coats. At Buell's, they specialize in dry cleaning and pressing. You can pick it up or even have it delivered.
Got a tough stain you're worried about getting out? Leave it to Buell's. They're experts in getting out those nasty stains.
Do you wash your own comforter? If you really want it clean, let Buell's do it. Their large-size washers are perfect for comforters.
If you need it clean, take it to Buell's. 444 West 3rd, Yankton.
Back for one final time in the Yankton Rexall post-game wrap. Your hometown pharmacy since 1923. Last couple things to take care of here. Your scoreboard, brought to you by financial advisor Colby Cookta of Edward Jones. To win in sports, you have to adapt your strategy as the game changes. The same is true of investments. Colby Cookta can review your game plan. Call 605-665-4567 today. Edward Jones, member SIPC. Final look at the scoreboard. Final look for the Bucks this season. 1-0 as they fall in the quarterfinals to the Sioux Falls Jefferson Cavaliers. Timeouts today. There was one for an injury. Those were brought to you by Hedro, one of Yankton's biggest and best employers. When you're ready for a break, looking for a new career direction, visit jobs.hedro.com. Schedule preview here. We usually is sponsored by Roy Wilcox State Farm. They've been helping customers get to a better state for over 100 years. No matter where you are in life, they help you make the right play calls for your insurance coverage. They're a proud supporter of Yankton soccer. This is officially the end of the soccer season, with the Gazelles season ending last on Tuesday at Aberdeen Central, and now the Bucks wrapping up today against Sioux Falls Jefferson. It's going to do it from the Fairfield Inn broadcast booth here. I have been Brayden Butler. Thank you for embarking on this journey with me for another Yankton soccer season between the Bucks and Gazelles. There were ups and downs, and it was a roller coaster of emotions up here in the booth, to be sure. Hate to see it end, but it was a lot of fun to work with. I want to thank, obviously, Coach Dave Dannenberg coming up and talking to us after every match. I want to give out to head coach Tyler Schering of the Yankton Gazelles for talking to us after every Gazelles match, and just everybody involved with making these broadcasts possible. You, the listener, at home, or the watcher on KYNTV. We wouldn't be able to do this without you. We really enjoyed this Yankton soccer season, Bucks and Gazelles. Like we said, sad it comes to an end, but it just means we're moving forward more. We got a little bit more from football. The fall sport's starting to wrap up. We'll be back with basketball in the winter as well. So there's plenty of Yankton athletics, even with the soccer season ending. I've been Brayden Butler. Thank you once again to everybody. Thank you to Bryce Ladwig, our camera operator, on-site board operator, producer. He wore a lot of hats today, including his Twins hat. I hope the Twins are doing well right now. It'll make him happy on the drive home after everything today. Thank you, obviously, to you, the listener. And until next time, stay safe, be good people, and we'll see you next time here on KYNTV, KYNT Plus. Have a good rest of your day, everybody.
Thank you for listening to Yankton Athletics on KYNT, a Riverfront sports property, and Yankton's home team. Remember, KYNT is your home for Yankton High School athletics.